stop talking about it and do something!
Suck my dick, Earth, with that bullshit.
Really?
It's like a gentle hate.
Do we have another benevolent service? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Are you benevolent with your friends?
I'm moving on. I think I'm coming out of the fire.
This is so fucking depressing. I can't be a flat Earth person.
Can't have a birthday. Can't have a flat Earth. And things making sense.
Good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another edition of Gem's Flatter Sunday Roast. We're back once again with the show they don't want you to see. And in tonight's show, we've been in the very best from the last 2 weeks in conspiratardia, including RFK Jr. rattles snakes, Bonnie Blue invites everyone to her gold shower, and LB Audits discovers the true meaning of the phrase Bus Wanker. In the UK, mayhem and murder rock the flagshagging scene. Danny Tommo takes his boat to France, and frat racist singer and Christian minister Rikki Doolan sues Piers Morgan. On the flat Earth, Jeran is going back to Punta Arenas. Mikey Smith does some street Activisom, and Will Duffy is throwing his money around again. All this and much, much more in our awesome show. I am your host, Jem, and as always, joining me with our insightful and humorous commentary are just some of the cool kids from the Debate Flat Earth and More Discord server. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Jem.
Hello.
It was only a matter of time before conspiratardia killed someone, Jem.
Yes. Yes.
Surprising it took so long.
Yes, and welcome. Welcome, Paz. I'm glad you're here. Bang on the cracker, as they say.
Oh, thank you, sir. Wouldn't be anywhere else.
Let's get started, as usual, with a compilation of funnies, starting with how to detect illegally smuggled sheep.
Quoi? Vas-y, parle-lui. Au mouton? Parle au mouton, il est là-bas. Attendez, je veux pas vous filmer. Vas-y. Vas-y. Parle-lui, vas-y. Qu'est-ce qu'il te dit là? Il te dit quoi?
I'm so proud of myself. I always wanted to graduate. Just kidding, it's porn.
So what are we?
Huh? We're just friends, dude.
No, stripes are solid.
Oh, no, we're solids.
We're just friends?
Режиссер Джеймс Кэмерон. Киборг-убийца.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes, in different nation.
What nation?
Imagination.
This is the end. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included.
Oh, well, they were fun, weren't they?
Is 22 kilograms, is that standard? That doesn't seem like very much.
Yeah,
I lost it. I lost it. What do you mean we're just friends?
Yeah. All right.
I think the last thing you want if you're sitting there watching pole dancing is to know you're also simultaneously on CCTV.
Yeah. Okay, next, a presidential update. Take a look. Oh, wrong book. There we go.
Trump is going on the $250 bill. $250 bill? In this economy? Except the law doesn't allow a living person to be on currency. Well, there's an easy solution. Yeah, we're gonna change the law. I was thinking make him not a living person, but yeah, change the law. That's probably safer. You know no one even carries cash anymore, right? I'm getting my ballroom done. And we're all gonna pay for it. And we're building the Arc de Trump. You're so obsessed with putting your name on things. And everyone in the Middle East will sign the Abraham Accords and it's gonna be the greatest moment of all time. I see what's going on here. You do. You know you're gonna die soon, so all you care about is leaving a legacy. Kalshi says there's an 8% chance his birthday will become a federal holiday. Wouldn't surprise me. There's a 23% chance he's Time's Person of the Year. Are they owned by CBS? And an 8% chance he wins the Nobel Peace Prize for starting wars. I'm also spending $5 million taxpayer dollars on gold horse. Gold horses. What? You're using that money to paint bronze horse statues gold. If it's not money for whores, I don't really want it. I have never seen Joe the way he was during that debate with Trump. Yeah, it was bad. I thought he was on drugs. I think we all did. He looked like he had a stroke. Okay, what are you doing right now? I've got a memoir coming out. Jeez, can't you just let him rest in peace? Joe's still alive. He is? I am? Speaking of the undead, Democrats nominated a transgender. Shut up, you ugly fuck. You can't say that. Oh, wait, do you hear that? I don't hear anything. Exactly. That's the sound of nobody disagreeing. On me banging the sofa. Oh, you seem happy. Did Usha get new couch cushions? You can't boo me. I'm the vice president. Boo! I heard you have cancer. And let me guess, you're gonna make fun of me for that? No, I would never. That's in poor taste. Oh, well, thank you. But I do have a note from the Epstein survivors, and it says, we're fucking delighted.
I thought that was amusing.
His impersonations are uncanny, aren't they?
Yeah, you gotta actually keep up with politics to get all those jokes, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, that is true.
If you know enough about all of it, then frankly, none of it's funny.
Yeah. True. Okay, on a more serious note, this next guy made an interesting comment about MAGA folk that I think applies to many of the people we come across. Take a look.
I knew it was over with this MAGA friend of mine when I found out how he looks up information. We were arguing about the lyrics of a song. It was No Problem by Chance the Rapper. The line is, I'm so high, me and God dapping, like throwing dap. He swore up and down, I'm so high, me and God dabbing, like dabbing, which clearly not. So I Googled No Problem, Chance the Rapper lyrics, and I went down to where the part was, screenshotted it, sent it to him. He clearly Googled, I'm so high, me and God dabbing, what he already thought, so that he could find someone else who was wrong, who had posted that on the internet, and screenshotted that and sent it to me. It's this like confirmation bias that they look for. They don't just Google what's the answer to this question. They Google the answer that they're looking for so they can find 50 other wrong idiots and be like, see, this is what everybody's saying. This is the information that I thought was correct. It is correct. No, you're just Googling what you already think and finding other wrong people, which is why like flat earth and all this stuff exists, because if you think a certain thing, you can find 1,000 other wrong people who are already saying that stuff. That's just how MAGA stays in their little echo chambers right there. They don't care about what the truth to the question is. They care about, this is what I think is right. I'm looking for a screenshot where somebody else says that I'm right. So I'm just going to Google what I think and I'll find it. It's really frustrating.
Oh, that was quicker than I remembered.
It's
That's
very
sobering for the Discord.
Yeah. And it's very, very poignant, actually, that sort of thing, isn't it?
Right.
Because if Trump says something like, even on a trivial level, if Trump says the economy is up by 500% or something like that, yeah, then if you just go and type Trump economy 500%, then all you're going to get is a load of right-wing journalists just recanting what he said. You don't have to read anything.
It'll be all over Twitter, that would it? Yeah.
Of course. And if it hits if there's loads of hits, you don't bother reading the shits.
Right.
So
it's on the internet. It's true enough.
Sure. But then, anybody else goes US economy timeline 5 years, and then you see that the timeline it's not biased with any rhetoric. It's just a line going up. But of course, then that's just the stats, and the stats can be anybody's, including people that don't like Trump.
Right.
You can't really win, can you?
You can't. Okay, a compilation of crazy Christians. Next, enjoy.
I have angels in this library. I really do believe. You can almost sense a presence. But in this place, I also have my life-size Donald Trump that I lay hands on. Someone sent me an Elon Musk also, so I've been praying for him. Why not? Let's lay hands on the president. Lord, in Jesus' name, we pray that you will give this man extraordinary wisdom and a leading of the Spirit regarding Iran and what to do with this threat. He has many, many things on his mind, the economy included. And I pray for Brother Elon. I thank you, Lord, that you're drawing him in by your Spirit, that you're doing a work in his heart, that you're surrounding him with people of influence right now that are even instructing him so that his revelation of Jesus will be so profound and powerful. It may be secret for a season, but it will come out openly that he has had an encounter with the resurrected Christ. Hallelujah.
When we come out on the other side, whatever that looks like, I can't pretend to be able to predict everything, but at the same time, I think there are some basic principles that are inevitable, and one of them is going to be less freedom. One thing that we did in the West is we exalted liberty above virtue. And freedom, just for the sake of freedom, is not virtuous. It's not commendable. So, just because we can doesn't mean we should. Even when I think of freedom of speech, if a leftist is bringing me before a judge, I'm going to appeal to the First Amendment all day long in the Constitution. But that's because I know that what I'm saying is right, and I know that they're wicked. But in theory, that's what I'll do in practice. But in theory, I don't think you should be able to say whatever you want.
Please, if you're falling asleep, wake back up and listen. There's only an agenda, Donald Trump's agenda versus Democrats. Lay down your convictions. We don't need them right now. Lay down your principles. They won't work. We're in a two-party system. Sadly, I wish you could vote your conscience, but my conscience won't let me.
You're giving people permission to hate again. And I know that sounds a little harsh at first, but we've seen this movement to eradicate hate in our culture. That is the worst thing we could do. The Bible talks about how God hates certain things. And when we say we want to eradicate hate, think about this. We're actually saying we want to eradicate a characteristic of God. And hate is not the opposite of love. Indifference is the opposite of love. And so when I talk about this, I say, guys, we need to, in Indiana, we need to hate certain things. If radical jihadi mindset starts coming into our state, I'm going to hate it, and I'm going to hate it with everything that I am. And I'm going to call on others to hate it because I hate Islam. It's a demonic death call. Now, I love Muslims because they make great Christians when Jesus gets a hold of them, but I hate Islam.
It almost leaves me speechless. I think the biggest thing that I noted was the words coming out of the president's mouth. And I think this is a man transformed by God. I think he is the man chosen by God for this moment. But I think the difference between Donald Trump when he came down that golden escalator and the Donald Trump sitting in that chair today is he's a man that has been truly touched by God in his heart. And I think that is the most miraculous thing. We know from reading the Old Testament over and over, when a man in power is touched by God and returns his nation to God, that good things happen. So I'm excited for the beginning of the next 250.
Oh God. Oh God. God, the mission matters more than anything. The mission matters more than anything. The mission. Oh God. Oh,
my God, I'm so glad I'm not a Christian.
Another great day.
It's a bit like a student party where everyone realises that no one's got the booze.
Yeah.
As much Christians, they always seem to have such a great time, don't they, Christians? Oh,
Somebody
That just
flushed
looked
the good
awful,
when
didn't
they.
it? It just looked so awful.
They're all crying.
That was actually posted by Rikki Doolan, that crap singer that we're going to feature later.
Oh, nice. I mean, the only person who didn't have a look of absolute, angst on their face was the baby.
Yeah.
And the other thing, that guy in the library with his angels, his cardboard cutout that said, "Lord, give Trump extraordinary wisdom." Come on, he can't do that. He can't. There's miracles, then there's miracles. Come on.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there's some rule in Christianity about false idols as well.
There is.
I don't think you're supposed to idolize people like that. Anyway, RFK Jr., am I on the right one? Yes, I am. RFK Jr. has had a number of unfortunate animal encounters. There was the bear, then the whale, and here he is being bitten by some snakes.
So, what are they? Well, they were having sex, son. So what were they?
Moccasins. Moccasins? What's it
No, they're not moccasins.
Huh?
They're not moccasins.
Oh. Okay.
Are they biting?
Yeah. honey, let it go. Oh my God.
Jesus, the mouths are huge.
Please. Bobby, please. Oh God.
That guy is a fucking lunatic.
Did he invite the person to come get bit also?
Interestingly, when I Googled it to find this clip that people have told me about, there's another clip of him capturing a snake in the middle of some TV interview. Somebody pops in the room and says, "Oh, there's a snake on the drive."
Yeah.
And he has to leap into action and go and capture it.
Is it possible for anybody to be in the MAGA group and not just be fucking weird?
He's mad, isn't he?
Why would you think, that's a good idea to get rid of them? I'm just going to pick them both up. Pick one up, so you've got one head to look at. Just
what's weird about it? It's just snakes. They don't bite that hard.
Well,
it might not have been venomous.
I wouldn't want one biting me.
Yeah.
All right, to the UK now, and an event that I'm sure we would all like to attend. Here's Tia Billinger, aka Bonnie Blue, to tell us more.
Did I hear right that you have a stunt planned for June?
Yes, I have a baby shower on next Saturday, and I'm inviting the public to turn my baby shower into a golden shower.
Why?
It's just fun. It's a twist on the baby shower. I'll be having sex with the people as well as, and it's going to be like a mixture of wholesome baby shower games, like the traditional trying different baby food, along with other fluids added in there.
Now I'm uncomfortable. This is your baby. This is your child.
Yeah. Again, my body, this is what I'm choosing.
Do you not see that in any way as a denigration of your baby?
No, it is difficult because I don't want to sexualize the baby.
I don't want to sexualize the baby.
What world are we? I do not like this timeline that we're on. I want a different one.
Yeah,
we were Epstein-ish. My God.
The mixing shit into the food is a whole extra level of fucked up.
Oh God, do you know what I mean? Mushy food with mushy content.
It's not fair that people who grew up in the 1970s should have to be getting old in this thing that's going on now. That's wrong.
Nobody should have to be.
We've been horribly let down, I feel.
Oh yeah, really. All right.
What did you say her name was?
Her real name is Tia Billinger, and her porn name is Bonnie Blue.
Bonnie Blue. There's a joke that goes with that.
Name.
Bonnie Blue. She needed the money.
All right, in the UK, First Amendment auditors exist, even though a First Amendment doesn't. Weirdly, all auditors promote a right-wing agenda, even the ones who claim to be unbiased and just recording what happens. LB Audits is one such goon who recently decided to harass a coach company that sometimes transports coaches of migrants. It didn't go well for LB. Take a look. Oh,
there we have it. Says it all, doesn't it? Reform UK. Get it done.
You throwing fucking bricks at me or something? Who the fuck you throwing bricks at? Who you throwing bricks at? I've got it on video, mate. Who you throwing bricks at?
Go fucking back to Poland, you dickhead.
Poland? I'm not Polish, mate.
You are Polish. That's where you're from.
Trust me, I'm not Polish. There you go, look. Cunt. You're a cunt. You're abusive, mate. You're throwing abuse. That's the man there.
Get out of here. Fuck you.
There you go, look.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Why are you breaking? Why are you breaking?
What are you doing?
That was the end of him. They smashed their own window.
What the hell's that about? It's a bit weird, isn't it?
It's weird, isn't it? I've heard of people doing that before, though. When someone's threatening them, they smash their own window.
That tattoo is quite bizarre as well.
Yeah, I know.
I think the funniest thing was that the tattoo is on not in the middle of his stomach, but it was actually ironically it was left of center.
Yeah, why do you think that's where he should put that tattoo? Why?
I mean, the other thing as well is that in another year or two, Reform will be gone after one, and there'll be some other stupid brand name for it. All. And then he's left with that horrific, well,
they're
meme
all called re-something, aren't they? So I guess it can have it altered. It'll be restore or reclaim or whatever the other ones are.
some other fucking word with a re at the front.
Yeah. All right, off to France now. Well, almost. Right-wing hothead and drama queen Danny Tommo took his new boat into the English Channel this week. Here is what transpired.
Thank you for tuning in. The video you're about to see is from a collective group of patriots putting their mind together to bring the public the truth we believe is so vitally important. Over the last few months, I've dedicated time, as of many others, to help bring pressure where it's really needed. Today, you will see the truth in the English Channel. The orchestration of the invasion of our nation is happening from every level, be it from the French side, be it from the British side, be it from the NGOs, the organisations, or those that fund them. What you're about to see is the handover directly in the English Channel. Firstly, I'd like to thank the British public for helping me to get the boat. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Here we go, guys. Here's the handover. Look at them. Where's my money? Where's my taxes? Unbelievable. We pay you to stop them. had last week, they rape old women. Yeah, they murdered a little girl. We don't want them. Take them back. Take them back. Fucking joke. We pay you the money. We pay you the money. Lots of money. Lots of money. Look how orchestrated it is. Look. All these French vessels, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Shows you how orchestrated this is. Look at it. I mean, look at the size of this vessel. Literally chaperoning them into the halfway point. And all these French vessels. There is, what are we paying them for? We're paying them to bring them here. Because that's what's happening. Why couldn't they stop them on the beaches? They knew they were there. They were watching them for 2 hours, all along the coast. Watching them get in the boats, watching them sit there, watching other people come on. And look at them. It's orchestrated from the highest level, and as soon as people really realise that, we're being taken for mugs. Why are you paying all your taxes when all they're doing is going to a country that don't do absolutely nothing to stop this? Incredible. We want our money back. We want our money back. You're supposed to stop them, not bring them. I want my money back. And there it is, guys. There it is. What, you're going to take the life jackets back? Get them to reuse them? Go on, give the life jackets back so you can reuse them. Go on, pop them back in. They're not refugees and you know it. Look, give them back. What are you doing with the boat? You're going to give the boat back? Why are you giving the boat back? Let them have the boat so they can do it again. What are you doing with the boat then? I think if they leave that boat here, what are we going to do with the boat? Are you taking that back to France? You dirty bastards. Have you given that boat back to France? You're joking. Are they taking that back to France? Wow. That's incredible. That is incredible. Yeah, I thought I didn't know what I was doing. Sausage. Where's that boat going? Right, that's going back there. There you go. That's it, guys. Back to England. Look, the French are taking the boat back. What the fuck?
Doings in the English Channel. Wasn't that fun?
Yep. Well, I mean, like, nothing there that surprises anybody. I mean, the fact that he at one point he said, all our taxes are going to so it won't stop them. And then he points at the French boats. Well, I'm afraid, mate, you can't shout that anymore because you got us out of that place where our taxes were going.
Right.
So that's a lie. No point to the French boats, mate.
Yeah, that's a, that.
Well, we
Look at
are
their-
paying. We do have this arrangement with the French that they announced a couple of weeks ago, where they're going to give them loads of money to improve improve whatever measures they have to stop them.
Sure, and they can.
But
and that,
when
a
they
lot of
announced that, they announced that on like a Wednesday a couple of weeks ago, and by the Saturday he was there making videos saying, "Look, nothing's changed." Well,
sure.
They're going to train people. They're going to form new units and stuff like that. They're going to deploy more drones and things. You know what I mean? It was never going to happen overnight.
No, exactly. And also, a lot of the money that they're going to spend is going to be on the French mainland. They're going to spend money in teams investigating the reason they've taken that boat back is not to get because those people who got the boat now I could do anything with it other than potentially look if there's any evidence on it of who owned it or who purchased it or where it came from. Right. And then they'll destroy it. They're not going to just give it, rock back up into Calais and give it to the local, black market fucking.
He was desperate for that, and he would have, whatever they'd done with that boat, he would have objected to it. Because there's already pictures that people have taken with drones of like where border force are, where they have like some sort of like storage place, like a car park or whatever, where they've got dozens of these dinghies all stacked up. And the conspiracy that goes with it is, they're saving them to return them so they can be used again. But that place is in the UK that they've got that photo of. So if they bring them to the UK, they say they're using them again. And if they take them to France, they say they're using them again. And what else are they going to do? They're not going to fucking leave it drifting around in one of the busiest shipping lanes on Earth, are they? And they're not. No. I don't think they're going to try and sink it either, because one, it's polluting, and two, you don't know how effective your sinking is going to be, right? Will it actually sink all the way? Will it have some air pockets in it somewhere where it doesn't quite sink? It can foul the gear of other boats, can't it? So obviously you're going to take it back. But he was desperate for that to happen, so he could promote this. They're using it again idea.
Well, I mean, what does he think is going to happen if you manage to stop them like you do right there, and let's supposing the boat just suddenly in a puff of smoke disappears? Does he think that's going to completely stymie the entire illegal immigration black market going on?
That's it. I mean, they only had one dinghy in France. There aren't any more.
And it's by far the most expensive part of the operation, and the riskiest part is buying a fucking dinghy.
Right. Interestingly, when he zoomed in on that boat, there was a white guy sitting there in the middle of it, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But that's kind of an odd way. But I guess people do come from Europe, don't they, still? I've got a friend who he paid a lorry driver. I think he was like 10 grand or something. He paid a lorry driver to smuggle him.
Wow. 10 grand.
Just slept in the bed part of the lorry as he went over,
Blimey.
I don't know if he slept, but he lay.
I bet he didn't get much sleep.
Yeah. All right, our old friend and flagshagger supreme, Ryan Bridge, has been having a tough time of late, culminating this week with his friend and fellow Raise the Colours founder, Billy Allison, murdering someone. Anyway, here is his sorry tale.
People are asking me, what do the flags mean and that? I'm like, it's boundaries. Boundaries. We're marking our fucking territory. You're not fucking welcome.
We're going to talk now to Ryan Bridge, who is, of course, the man from Raise the Colours. He was in the studio here not more than, a few weeks ago. Ryan, very good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, very good. I was horrified. It's the first thing I saw when I was started to follow the United Kingdom rally on Saturday was you being manhandled by the police as you came out of Euston Station. Apparently, you'll be able to clear this up for us, apparently due to a mistake, I think, wanted in some regard for something that had happened somewhere else. What did they say to you?
Yeah, so obviously
we was having the best day ever. It was really, really good. Patriotism, unity, all what we stand for, togetherness, and it was absolutely brilliant. And it was a shame because there's been an incident in the vehicle, the cherry picker vehicle. And obviously, I wasn't there. I was nothing to do with it. I live stream everything so that I can't get caught up in these problems. I mean, I've not been arrested and charged with anything. I got arrested. I was locked up till 11 o'clock on the night and released on bail pending further investigation. They frog marched me and put me through London on blue lights, driving really erratically, and put me in an old Victorian cell at Islington for 11 hours. And it was just horrendous. It was horrendous. I'm banned from the whole of France. What did I do in France? I exposed the truth. I exposed the truth and I've highlighted that this can be stopped and that this is an orchestrated invasion. Then I'm banned from the Pens Lane protest where Sudanese, why we protest there on a Friday, peacefully, legally and lawfully. I'm banned from going there. I'm banned from King's Standing, where the square where we erected all the flags on the King's Standing square. I'm not allowed to go there. I'm now not allowed to go to the Sturchley area of Birmingham. I'm banned from Oxford. I mean, look what happened in Oxford when that lady, that ultra far left lady, done a static protest and literally got under our cherry picker van and lay there. And for me trying to get her out, I'm arrested for that and banned from Oxford. I've got another civil matter with Oxford Council saying that I'm erecting flags on lampposts. We're doing the flag movement because we are so upset with what's going on at the borders and what's going on with our government, and we are desperate for a pro-British government.
I've seen that on a piece in the Telegraph today. I don't know if you've seen this. Lib Dem led Shropshire Council, right? You'll like this one. Has come up with a new plan. They say that anybody who puts up unauthorised flags will be charged for the cost of removing them, right? So this is the next tactic they're going to bring, right? So the next thing you'll probably get is a big bill, right, for putting flags up.
So I don't want to mention his name, but a friend of mine in the Shrewsbury area of Shropshire has literally, he's had to go on holiday this week. He's been getting that much backlash off the left, and they've slapped a £13,000 bill on him. So we're going to help him. We're going to support him. We're going there on the 30th, Saturday the 30th, and we're going to go there and help him. I mean, I'm just going to sort of, I don't want to put my address on there and stuff, but that is the list of restrictions I've got. I mean, one of them even says I cannot be a passenger in a cherry picker vehicle.
Exactly. It's the same sort of thing, and it's all contractual, I believe.
Racist cunt!
That was nice, wasn't it?
Nobody pushed him. I saw him go up to him. He's a regular over here. You guys aren't welcome here. Fuck off.
We're not welcome, fuck off.
Yeah. Did you not hear me? Leave.
No, I didn't hear you.
Leave.
Why? Because you've got a Raise Bills t-shirt on?
Yes, you're damn right.
Yeah. Why is that, mate? What's your problem? You're the problem in the country, you are.
Perfect. I'm Irish. I'm Irish. No, leave it.
Don't say that, brother. Don't fucking say that. It's the problem in the country. You, brother.
It's a spark, you mate. Go away. All right.
Put it to you.
Don't put your fucking hands on me.
Get out my back. Get out my back.
Shut up.
Come on.
Oh, fucking push me.
What?
Come on, yeah. Come on, then.
What?
Come on, then.
Fuck out my back. Racist cunt.
Right, come on. Pussy boy.
Please leave. Out. You guys are welcome here. I will touch you. Get out. You're in my van. You're in my property. Get out the van. I'm not going to touch you. I haven't touched her, but I said, I'm asking her to kindly leave. Get the fuck out. Racist pricks. Get the fuck out. I thought you said there's a problem with the country. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. I'm Irish anyway, you stupid.
Yeah, I'm well. You
all look inbred.
I'm well.
We look what? Say again, we look inbred. So they're trying to stop me going to work. They're trying to stop me having a cherry picker because they've confiscated it. They've confiscated all the flags. They're nicking me for something I haven't done and silencing me. So that is where we're at with the Metropolitan Police. Excuse me, officer. Sergeant. Sergeant 1238, can you do me a favour, please? Could you move out the way so we can get the other end of the flag down as you requested?
I mean, obviously, Ben, I've just
while he was on the advert there, and I could have shed another, you know, I don't want anyone to ever feel anything for myself, because this is totally, I feel so terrible for the family and the friends of the guy involved. And this has affected 2 families, and it's affected a lot of people involved by what's happened, and it's absolutely tragic. So I just want to reiterate that again. It's just devastating. And you know, I have got my own businesses, and I have got my own family and my own life, and I am I'd like to say I'm a run-of-the-mill normal guy, and you know, raise the colours and all the hard work we've done and what we've done, and you know, the ultra far left again, jumping onto every little thing and trying to. I'm getting phone calls, and I've had death threats. I've had all sorts of horrible things happening. You know, the police have still got my phone from the week before. The cherry picker van has been took off us. I'm on bail from the thing in Oxford. I'm just like, I don't know. It's just hard to keep picking yourself up, and this is horrendous what's happened, and it's sadly it's a real sad thing that's happened, and it's nothing to do with Raise the Colours. And yet, for me putting my Raise the Colours hat on now, Raise the Colours is getting tired with that brush. Even yourself thought that Billy was a co-founder, and the guy's not. He was just a guy that come and helped out now and again. So it's unfortunate for the tens and tens of thousands of the people that follow Raise the Colours for us to be tarred with that brush that the ultra far left would love.
So basically, there wasn't a lot about this thing, but basically his mate had got in a fight with someone, but outside a bar, not the one that we saw there. And he punched these 2 guys and put one of them in hospital, well, put them both in hospital, where one of them later died. So they charged him for murder. We don't know if the dispute was anything to do with Raise the Colours, but
Very well
I would
could
put
be.
money on it was.
Pretty weird, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it'd be a safe bet.
I mean, I love I love the fact that, you know, he's got all the Churchill memes on his walls in his study there.
Right.
I mean, he's just, and the whole of the broadcast wasn't on some sort of like, you know, channel for, you know, the UK. It's on Real America's Voice. Why are fucking Americans obsessed with this sort of stuff, wherever it is, aren't they?
I know, it's ridiculous. But also, though, you saw that, what I've been saying all along, right at the beginning, we had that clip of that guy. He's the guy that runs Raise the Colours in Hull. And he said the quiet part out loud, and we're marking our boundaries. And that's what I've been saying all along. And then when you saw Ryan being it, he said, we're doing this because we want a government that's for the British people, or something like that. You know, it's not patriotism and unity. It's their political position.
We know, you've shown it countless times, it's an intimidatory mechanism.
Right.
Yeah, as they're putting them up, there's that scene where they're all going on that balcony on the shopping, spraying it on flats. I don't know who lives there. You know, and they're making, you know, racist noises at women going by. I mean, it's intimidation. It's supposed, and he's now saying things like, "Oh, I can't believe I've got all these exclusions. I can't be a passenger or a cherry picker." Well, if you commit the same offence over and over and over again, you're going to get really fucking draconian with you. Do you know what I mean? It's the way it works.
And why shouldn't the council charge people for taking it down?
Sure.
You know, when I worked in the club and we occasionally stuck stuff on council property that we were told not to, they would immediately tell us, well, not immediately, it would take them a couple of weeks to notice it and for it to move through the system. But they would always tell us to take it down. Or we're sending you a bill and we're going to do it, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, Jim, can I get your attention a sec? Yeah. It's not very informative, but he's posted to you. He says something's up with your mic, brother.
Yeah, so, somebody else said
I don't know any more than
I
that.
haven't got another one, so you'll just have to live with it.
It's
okay.
Just to let you know, it does sound like you're on a bucket, but only on the live stream. You sound fine in here.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Well, I've got a filter on because everyone says it's too quiet, so that's probably because of that. But anyway, just live with it. Doesn't.
We can still hear.
I don't want to start
Deal with
fucking
it.
around with it now. All right, in our last show, we featured dreadful singer and church minister Rikki Doolan, who performed at the Unite the Kingdom rally. His terrible singing was featured on Piers Morgan's show, and Rikki is now threatening to sue Piers because he claims the clip used was altered with AI to make him sound bad. Is this true? Let's find out.
You never walk alone. You never walk alone.
Finally, Tommy Robinson and me agree about something, cutting that monstrosity off before it could finish. And to be fair to him, he has united the kingdom in condemning what we just heard as possibly, and I speak as a former judge on Britain's Got Talent, the least talented singing we've ever heard on these isles.
Let me be clear. Unite the Kingdom is not a far-right event. Important to note that far-right extremists do exist, and they constantly attack both myself and Tommy Robinson. And they attack us because we both have a shared belief in racial equality. Oh yeah. That's why we get attacked by the far right. The real far right, not this fake one that they keep talking about. The real far right even used AI enhanced clips of me singing at the Unite the Kingdom rally on Saturday. And they used AI to make my voice go out of tune. This is the real far right. And those clips have now went viral all across the internet, bringing a lot of traffic to my social medias of people saying that I can't sing and saying that it was a disaster, blah, blah, blah. When anybody who was there at the event had a great time, the singing was brilliant, in tune. But these far-right haters have caused all of that from fake misrepresentation, using AI and misleading the people, all right?
Well, earlier this week, I reported on the Unite the Kingdom rally organised by Tommy Robinson. As part of a detailed monologue on the issue, I brought to our viewers' attention some of the musical acts who performed on stage. The performance by Rikki Doolan, I said, had united the kingdom in condemnation. This is the clip that we used.
And you never walk alone. You never walk alone.
Well, Mr. Doolan has since contacted me online, quite a few times actually, threatening legal action. The clip we used, one of many circulating on social media, was, according to Mr. Doolan, a deep fake. He believes that dark forces are at work and that malicious actors may have used artificial intelligence systems to make him sound more terrible than he actually is. Well, I'm pleased to say that we've now sourced the original clip from the event's live stream. And in the interest of fairness, I'm more than happy to now play it for my viewers. Whoa, hang on, sorry. No, I said we've got to play the original clip, the one with his real singing voice from the official live stream. Oh, that was it. Oh, right, okay, well, you better play on then.
Rikki Doolan.
Oh, well.
Guantanamo could use him.
It might just work.
Yeah.
And if Guantanamo doesn't want him, surely next year, British UK entry for the Eurovision.
I like the way he said it was in tune and brilliant.
Yeah.
There's also a clip online that was recorded by his drummer. Actually at the drums as they're singing. And it's just as bad on that.
Oh, Lordy.
That guy's delusional.
Yeah.
Off-key singing at an off-key event.
Yeah. All right, a little more Rikki Doolan now from a clip recorded a few years ago as part of an undercover documentary. Here we see our church minister arranging a money laundering operation in Zimbabwe. Take a look.
We can move quickly. We have to move quickly. He's the head of security, so he's going to take our phones, okay?
You want to take my phone?
Yeah, I'll just speak to him. I'll give it to him.
Okay.
But it's just for
Because if
security
Mr. Stanley
purposes.
calls me, I need to.
Of course.
We want to be very clear. We are cash rich. It's embarrassing. It's not rich.
Good, I like embarrassing cash.
The problem is, and we want to all be clear,
absolutely,
this is black money. This is money which cannot be declared.
Okay. I understand. Probably part of the reason you target in Africa.
Exactly. And we need jurisdictions which are not that rigid.
That's why you need this team of people to be involved. Simple. So, during this conversation, we'll not mention names. I don't think we need to. Principal. You know who my principal is. We know who the number one is.
And just to be clear, your principal is the ambassador.
Correct.
Number one is...
I'm going to take notes.
President.
Yeah.
Number 1, Emmerson Mnangagwa became Zimbabwe's president in 2017. The principal, Ambassador Hubert Angel, is one of the country's most senior diplomats.
I think you know Africa. As long as you grease the wheels in Africa, you grease the wheels. There's no issue. There can't be no issue. And this protection is number one. Now, the greasing of the wheels, we are going to figure that out ourselves, using this team to make sure that everybody's taken care of, everybody's happy, and things move without questions being asked. There is no way. It can never happen. How can questions be asked when these people are happy? They can't be.
Because the banks and
police, banks, customs.
This is the executive.
Immigration.
people who are not happy are the people who are not happy.
But this is the executive. This is the executive power.
Remember when you first called me and told me, and I said, Rikki, you need to understand, our money cannot.
I you don't even need to say anything else. Listen, work with me on everything.
You are a point man. You're the point man.
What I'm going to do is make sure that through these people, that this person knows everything. They're bringing in this amount, they're investing in this, they're doing this, and oh, very good. Very good. Okay, no problem. Meaning that probably when you arrive at the airport on that private jet, you'll have a motorcade to take you to where you need to go.
It becomes legal.
More than legal. It becomes protected on the highest level, so that you are arriving as investors, not people trying to sneak things through the border. As soon as you arrive in that country, you're now treated as executives.
Well, that's what we're looking for.
Presidential executive. And it's a system that's secure. This system, it's the easy part. The things that you need facilitating can be facilitated 100%. Listen, everything will be done with this person's knowledge.
Number one.
Of course.
There is one demand.
Everybody's got to be benefited. This is Henrietta's project as the president of the Zimbabwe Miners Federation.
Rushware explained her scheme to Rikki's principal, Ambassador Angel. The plan involves using Mr. Stanley's dirty cash to buy equipment for gold miners in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, you see?
So small.
So small. No helmet. Nothing. They're shoveling it with a spade. No digger, no equipment, nothing. But what they're looking for is they're looking for investment that's going to make the gold process move faster, and then the return on your investment comes in gold, and it comes at a good return. That much I can say. And who's going to say anything about the gold? Exactly. Where did the gold come from? The ground. And this is what you can do. You can either keep your gold there in Zimbabwe, or you can fly it out to Dubai. No problem. Otherwise, everyone wants to know why, where, who, what. It's a good washing machine, right?
Church minister. They're all fucking criminals, that are. All of them.
Well, the white guy is a church minister, is he?
You what?
So the white guy with the white hair, is he a church minister?
Yeah, that's Rikki Doolan, who, the bad singer.
Oh my goodness! I hadn't made the connection.
Yeah.
Oh no! What the hell was he acting as an envoy for the Zimbabwean government for?
He was there. He was some sort of. I think he was supposedly doing some sort of charity work or something like that over there.
How depressing is that?
I know.
It's probably some sort of like minister, sort of like World Minister Summit or something, where all these various leaders, these.
Right, that sort of thing.
And then behind back closed doors, it's absolutely no different than a horde of politicians, is it? Frankly,
Right. They're just all criminals.
Is he in trouble for this? I take it he must be, mustn't he?
I don't know. I think because this was a few years ago when this was exposed, and I guess he's out of reach of them now, so they're never going to extradite someone to Zimbabwe, are they? So, yes.
I mean, is it ever surprising that the top tier of politicians in any African country are capable of absolutely anything?
Right.
It's just,
but it's
seems
just all
physically
these
impossible.
people that are involved in this whole right-wing movement. I mean, Tommy Robinson's got a string of convictions for various things. Danny Tommo got a conviction for fucking kidnapping. You know, they just seen the guy who got done for murder. I mean, Ryan Bridge, who we just saw listing all his problems, he's wanted in Spain for a holiday insurance scam he was running. I mean, they're just all criminals.
It's so depressing, frankly.
Okay, anyway, let's get on with it. Our last UK clip now, and it's another old friend of the show, Blade Runner Matt Houston, who thinks that traffic lights are trying to kill him. Anyway, here are a few clips of the recent antics of him and fellow believers.
Right, what we're looking at here is the phased array. These things here were cut down in Southampton, and if you look at the front of that, not a camera, no lens, phased array. It's another example of phased array taken off the traffic lights in Hillingdon. This one was ceramic plate with phased array behind it. Here's a picture of a ULEZ. They got the phased array on the front of 24 lasers here, Osram 1200 milliwatt lasers. And that's the inside of the ULEZ there. Up here in the top you can see cooling, capacitors up here, 4 capacitors here and 4 down the bottom, or 2 more down the bottom, sorry. That can store 174 watts of power. They can drop you with 4 watts. And here we have the United States patent that shows electromagnetic weapon phased array. Right, so phased array is what they've put on the traffic lights. It's patented as a weapon system, ladies and gentlemen. So what have they put up on the streets of London? friends at the park. I love it. Whee! Yeah, fun. Sun. Whee! Jump on! Oh, I missed. Eula's playing at the park, brought lots of friends. Eula's brought some friends to play, doo-dah. Eula's love it at the park. Oh no, folks, look at this. Don't think TFL have been out to these, but guess what? Eula's is gone. Someone's cut the wire. So I'm saying, it's the boys got that one. There's the same on all four around here. I'll show you. Here's another one, number 2. Wire snipped, Eula's gone. See you fucking later. Have some of that, Mr. Khan. So this is not just costing you traffic lights, it's cost you 28 grand's worth of Eula's as well. Have some. That's number 3 gone. Wire's been snipped, the boys have got it. Another £7,000 down there, Mr. Khan. 7 grand a unit they pay for these. 28 grand they've just lost. Have some. That's an average wage in the UK, is it not? They'll have this replaced in no time whatsoever. And guess what'll happen again? In no time whatsoever. Oh look, just had a Karen, another one gone. That's all 4. Have some of that. All 4 of his Ulis disappeared. And it wasn't the fucking Ulis lot, because they don't cut the wires. So yeah, the boys have had these 28 grand's worth. Tar very much. This glass here protects his eyes. So he's about to go and disable some phased array units at the top of the traffic lights, masquerading as motion sensors. They say that it's just for motion sensing to detect when traffic's coming up. That's what they use them for, but they're way overpowered. I'll show you in this video. So he's going up here. Chopping traffic lights down and everything, just going up and taking a bit as bad. The alleged motion sensor, but it's phased array. So the technology is way over spec for what it needs to be. This guy's an Iraq veteran, British Army veteran. He's found out what's been going up. The police have been leaving him alone. They've not been doing anything. They've been leaving this man alone. He's doing the whole set of traffic lights here. Emergency services, the ambulance over there. Not doing anything, I'm not going to, but yeah, he's been seen by the police. He's been approached by detectives. They've not arrested him. They set a precedent and they didn't arrest him when they approached him. The second one, that's the third one as well. There you go, just taking the wire out, saving it.
Yeah, good thanks. Does Ben Butler live
I am Ben Butler.
You are Ben Butler?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any idea?
I'd like to just say it's a little bit strange that you're here for somebody that hasn't committed a crime.
Okay.
I've got all of the information that you put out on Facebook yesterday.
Okay.
And I just want to let you know that we're all aware of Operation Tala.
Okay.
Are you aware of Operation Tala?
Not at the moment, Bud, but on the information
Bud,
that we've been
okay,
given,
so just
on
listen
the
to me for a
information-
moment.
Just listen, on
Yeah.
the information that we've been given, okay,
Yeah.
the time is now 38 minutes past 4, and you're currently under arrest for criminal damage, okay? So you do not have to say anything that may harm your defence. If you do not mention when questions something which you later allow in court, anything you do
You've
will
been.
be given in evidence, okay?
Have you taken the
So-
COVID jab?
That, irrespective of
Irrespective of that. Well,
It doesn't matter.
you're actually
Come
under.
inside. Right, let's come
No,
inside.
no, 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 you're not. No.
Come on.
Don't be easy. Don't.
He wasn't
Emma, can you just take that?
Yeah, I'll take that. He wasn't committing any criminal damage. Actually, you are public servants and you are implicated. If you are not researching,
This is criminal conspiracy to kill us all.
You should do your due diligence and look into.
Under Operation Tala, you have all been involved in a criminal conspiracy to kill us all. Mark Steele's made this very clear. He's already talked to you about this. Those are weapons. Those are phased array assault weapons on top of the lamppost. I am not a criminal. I am not a
That's
criminal.
all right, Benny.
I'm not guilty. I am not guilty.
So what are we looking to do, Ben? So we'll be going to custody. Do you have any sort of...
I am not guilty.
Do you have any physical mental health
I'm not a
issues?
criminal.
He does not have any physical mental health issues, okay? Absolutely none. He's absolutely sane. You're working for a criminal, insane organisation. You do your service as public servants to research into these radiating technologies.
Do you have any shoes that we can pop on? Because I'm obviously mindful I don't want you
I'll
to
get
step
his
out
shoes.
Can you get my bag as well, then?
Yeah. Mum, can you hold this?
Right, Ben, I'm just going to do a quick search, mate. Just for
You've
any items
all
that...
made a mistake.
My age of escape, alright. You got anything on you that I should know about, Ben?
No, he doesn't.
No,
Ben can answer for himself, can't he? Do you have anything on you?
I can answer for myself.
Right,
But
just give you a quick sec.
you made a mistake here. You've been informed already by Mark Steele that he's...
They're going to say it's an allegation,
Excuse me,
all right? So
Yeah.
at the moment we don't know whether what's happened. So this.
Oh, wasn't that fun? Great to see one of them get arrested.
Can I just stop you there? Have you had the COVID jab? They're going to turn around and go,
Be honest.
You know what? Do you know what? I don't know about you boys, but I think I have. All right, sorry to bother you, sir. We'll get off your property as soon as we can.
To begin with, I thought he was trying to get a collab with the pole dancing robot guy from earlier.
But it's, irrespective of whether they're trying to kill you, it's still criminal damage, mate.
I mean, the thing was as well, they stitched themselves up then, because he said, I'm not guilty, and his missus going, it wasn't criminal damage.
Right, yeah, sure.
So they all knew what it was about, right? And, and he was going, no, Mark Steele has informed you. And, Mark Steele has said that, why are you believing Mark fucking Steele, you idiots?
Yeah.
But his girlfriend's there going, oh, you need to do your own research.
It's a household of lunacy. I mean, the guy at the beginning was, it's got a phased array. It's got a phased array in it. That's what it is. Look, is a patent with the word phased array. It says weapon. Therefore, all phased arrays must be weapons.
Right.
I mean, they're used absolutely everywhere. Phased arrays. It's a steerable radio dish. That's all it basically. Electronically steerable dish. They're used in telecommunications, Starlink, all kinds of stuff, medical stuff. I mean, it's just preposterous. And you that phrase means it's nefarious.
Yeah, and he's very excited by capacitors as well. Notice he drew attention to the capacitors.
They all love doing that.
He really likes capacitors.
Yeah. Well, what it is they're all piss poorly informed people who like to pretend they're doing a teardown, some sort of technological teardown.
Right.
And capacitors are quite easy to spot because they're cylindrical and they stick up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all go, this is the capacitors, and this bit here, this is where the wires go. There's some wires there because there's 4 wires there. One of them's red. Like this is somehow, technical or nuanced.
Okay, a little smorgasbord. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if there's red wires, it must be a bomb, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
A little smorgasbord of some old conspiracies. Next, enjoy.
Why do some people think that World War II Germany had super advanced tech? Well, in the grand scheme of things, they did. But there's this conspiracy that I'm not saying is true about a more mystical technology that they had called Die Glocke. Which Die Glocke was this giant bell that some claim existed that was basically anti-gravity technology. It was said to be about 12 feet tall, be highly radioactive, and produce a glowing blue light, and basically be like a Taco Bell flying saucer. And allegedly they had to build this concrete ring called the hinge, which really assembled Stonehenge for some reason, in order to tether it for tests. But at the end of the war, a German officer called Hans Kammler traded this tech to the US military in exchange for his freedom. Which, German World War II people trading knowledge to the US for freedom was definitely something real that actually happened. Look up Operation Paperclip. But this whole bell thing is claimed to be a hoax by mainstream reviewers, so tell me what you think in the comments and follow for more.
Nah, this is about to get crazy. You guys remember how there used to be asylums like for crazy people back in the days? Check this out.
What if the insane asylums from the 1800s weren't built for insane people at all? Think about it. People always say, if there was a reset, wouldn't everyone have known? But what if the people who did know were labeled insane? In the 1800s, all across America and Canada, massive insane asylums started appearing. Huge buildings, massive stone structures, some of the biggest buildings in the entire country at the time. But here's the strange part. Many of these cities were just being founded. So where did all of these insane people come from? And how did they know there would be so many of them that they built entire castle-like complexes to hold them? Look at the Central Lunatic Asylum in Ohio. It looks more like a fortress than a hospital. Look at the Columbia State Hospital. At one point, it was the largest building in the United States. And then there's St. Vincent Hospital in St. Louis. They say it was built in 1 year. 1 year in the 1800s. With that architecture. So you have to ask yourself, were these buildings really made to treat the insane? Or were they made to silence people who remembered a world that no longer existed?
What if the people who they considered crazy were never crazy at all? And that's why they stopped building these asylums, because now everybody's already brainwashed. It's like these people were probably never crazy to begin with. They were just exposing the truth, and that's why they kept building these massive asylums in the 1800s. They didn't want the truth getting out. And then once the truth got out and everybody that actually knew the truth was dead by getting old, that's when they stopped building these asylums. What the fuck, bro?
Adolf Hitler didn't kill himself in a bunker in Berlin as the Red Army closed in. I think that's, we all know that was a fabricated story, or if you watch the show, you probably understand that. Hitler actually fled Germany weeks before that using a group of underground tunnels that led to an airstrip. And that airstrip was flown. He was flown from Berlin out. It took submarines and multiple submarines that were used, U-boats that were then sent to Argentina. In other words, Hitler lived for nearly 2 decades more in Argentina, along with vast numbers of the Third Reich. Well, now Argentinian President Javier Milei has just ordered the release of all remaining documents on all of those Nazis who fled Germany and moved to Argentina after World War II. Basically, it was almost like a second base of operations in Argentina. If you're not familiar with that, like basically the Third Reich operated out of Argentina and Germany. And many of them, including Adolf Hitler, lived in Argentina well after 1945. Most people know that Hitler lived out his days in Bariloche, Argentina, until he died there in the mid-1960s. Yes, you can read the CIA documents about this. The FBI documents also about sightings of Hitler in this area. They knew about it. Of course they knew about it. It was largely facilitated, I think it's safe to say, by the United States and its allies. Operation Paperclip, anybody? Quid pro quo?
Also, if you look into this, the skull that is held in Russia that was supposedly the remains of Adolf Hitler with a bullet wound in it is female.
Yeah.
So when you look for proof that Hitler did in fact kill himself in the bunker, you are going to find a lot of dead ends.
Yeah, and all you need to read, you can read a great book on this called The Grey Wolf. It's a great book. There's many books written about this now. But yeah, the skull, the fragments, they ran the DNA tests on it, and the Soviets allowed them to do this testing. And even Stalin openly talked about that Hitler lived. He was not there, so Stalin even knew about it. It's widely known in Argentina, by the way. Well known that Hitler sired 2 children while he lived in Argentina.
Oh, that was all a load of bollocks, wasn't it?
The most offensive part of all of that, for me at least, was that first conspiracy theorist called that piece of equipment Die Glocke, because the German is so bad he couldn't say Die Glocke. Anyway.
My favourite was the one who obviously had the obligatory out of scale music on the piano going up and down, sort of like in a mysterious background.
Right.
About the hospitals built and they weren't for insane people. No, they were for the free thinkers and the conspiracy. The people
who knew about the Great Reset.
Yes, exactly. And then halfway through, he kind of lost himself because he's apparently, look at the size of these hospitals. They were built in 1 year in the 1800s. So what were they built? Are these real hospitals or were they fake? In which case, where did they put the people that were the free thinkers if the hospitals didn't exist? You've got to stick on one thing at least 30 seconds. You can't do this.
And the Hitler
and it was AI voice as well.
Shit. None of that's true. No, there's no. As Gertrude said, no reputable historian believes that he survived. Everyone thinks he died in the bunker. Anyone that is mad.
And even if he did survive, then what, right? I mean, what would that mean for the world? He died alone in Argentina somewhere.
He said that one guy said, "Oh, they were running joint operations from Argentina and Germany." Well, no, they weren't, were they? Clearly, when the operations stopped in Germany, wherever he was doing, if he was in Argentina, he wasn't running the Third Reich anymore, was he?
Right, chemtrails are in the news again this week as Florida joins the lunacy and passes legislation to stop them spraying our skies. Here is a clip from that debate with a speaker whose name I have missed, but I believe he is a judge or somebody reputable. And before that, our very own former footballer and current conspiratard, Matt Letizia, who of course believes it.
Some people actually think that their government cares about them. They've sprayed the skies and now it's like on that milky grey cloudy thing,
the milky blanket,
and the milky blanket, and now you can't see the sun anymore.
Yeah.
Do you really think that the government is going to go, we're going to tell them we're going to dim the sun? They would only tell you after they've been doing it already.
Of course.
They ain't going to tell you before they start.
Yeah, of
They'll
course.
do it, and then when people start asking questions, they go, oh, we better tell them. We better tell them now that we're doing it. Some people actually think that their government cares about them. Honestly, some people think the government are doing their best to try to improve their lives on a daily basis and not fleecing them of every single penny they possibly can.
Weather modification has been authorized under federal law for many decades. One reason why there is no reporting is that they're not required to report. They're exempted from reporting. That's why there's no request for permits from the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. And with all due respect, I must respectfully disagree with the speaker on cloud seeding. This has nothing to do with cloud seeding. It has nothing to do with creating rain. But I'll just give a personal anecdote in that I recently moved to St. Augustine. I've been going there for 40 years to beautiful Crescent Beach. Right after my good friend Nancy McGowan in Jacksonville, who alerted me to this issue, I was walking on the beach and I saw with my own eyes the spraying of these chemicals in the sky. There must have been 15 aerosol trails in the sky, including trails making an X. I was shocked. I've lived in Florida my entire life. I know what the Florida sky looks like. I know what clouds look like. These weren't clouds. These weren't jet contrails. These were what is known as stratospheric aerosol injectables. That's exactly what they're called. That is the term. I'd be happy to provide the committee with a site to the report by the Office of Science and Technology Policy, the Federal Ombudsman Policy Report, that discusses the ramifications of this report. And at page 43, paragraph 2, it notes, funding has been provided. And it's my understanding that in the federal budget in the current fiscal year, there's $6.5 billion of funding for this activity. There is no question that this activity is occurring. I agree with the prior speaker, and I appreciate her comments. In a sense, it is clandestine. And I am so grateful to Senator Garcia and Representative Kevin Steele, who I met with this morning extensively, who also talked about the difference between what we're addressing here and cloud seeding. This is not about cloud seeding. It is not about helping farmers. This is about prohibiting the injection of aerosols into the atmosphere for the purpose, as the prior speaker correctly noted, reflecting sunlight back into space. It is essentially an attempt to reduce what some consider to be global warming, man-made global warming. It injects serious chemicals, including silver iodide, silver dioxide, aluminum barium, strontium, cadmium, polymers, microplastics, and black coal. These are released as nanoparticles that are easily inhaled. I acknowledge we don't understand the full health ramifications of this activity, although I would submit respectfully, it cannot be good. But I would also acknowledge that this is an attempt to alter the environment. There's no question about it. I sent several pictures to Senator Garcia's aide. I've sent photographs to images to Representative Steele. Representative Steele showed me extensive images that he's observed from his farmland, his acreage in Pasco County. There is no question these are not jet aircraft flying commercial flights. These are airplanes flying and injecting aerosols into the sky in an attempt to, as Mr. Gates referred to it, Bill Gates, as I recall, dim the sun. It's an attempt at sun dimming. I would urge the Senate committee. I respectfully appreciate the chairman for hearing the bill. And I worked in the Senate a long time ago. I appreciate that. And I would urge the committee to approve the bill. I would recommend, I hope Senator Garcia will consider increasing the criminal penalty to a felony. If a pilot knows it's a felony before he goes into the sky or she and disperses these chemicals, that pilot will think twice. Thank you, Mr.
Absolutely fucking mental.
Oh, I mean, it's they think that the government is spending money spraying stuff in the sky to change global warming, and the key they miss out is the word global. Because how many planes would you have to spray, and how much stuff would you have to spray to actually, spraying North America is not going to make a difference. Spraying Utah or fucking Nebraska, or whatever. Okay, you have to what about the tropical regions where the sun's the strongest?
Right.
I mean, the oceans.
There is some government funding here for experiments on this. They're spending quite a bit on various experiments. And because they announced that, now there's people, I saw a post today from someone with a load of trails in the sky going, oh, the government spent these millions of pounds on this testing. This is what it looks like. They're trying to dim the sun. It's just none of it's true. They aren't doing anything like that at all. But,
I mean,
and they're posting BBC articles about it. And in those articles, it says we're not going to spray anything in the sky at all without proper consultation first. But of course, that oh no, they're doing it. See, I mean, when he says all that, who does he think is doing this? Who does he think has organised this?
Yeah, but it's the global warming angle is a refreshing slant from the usual population control stuff. Or
right, that's it. Because that was they were supposed to be poisoning us all, wasn't it? That's what it's been since like the late 1980s.
Yeah, sterilising our children, even though the people that did it would live under. I don't know if anybody knows it, but live under the same fucking sky as them.
Right.
I mean, I never quite worked out how this works.
Right.
You're literally accusing someone of drilling a hole in the boat to kill your children, even though they've got the antidote.
So they can access the antidote.
Of course, they got the life jackets in my analogy. Yeah.
Okay, to the flat Earth finally now, and Vicar Dravis is all pissed off because Jeran of Jeranism, biblical flat earther Josh Monday, and Max from Yerba Mate Talks are all going on a trip to Punta Arenas to observe the setting sun. Take a look.
So here we come to tonight's topic. Jeran going back to Punta Arenas. Why? Why is Jeran going to Punta Arenas in December?
It's chilly. It's 53 degrees south, and then we're going to Edmonton, Canada, June 21st. We're going to do that trip first and see what the sun does at 53 degrees north, and then we're going to go down in December 21st and see what the sun does at 53 degrees south in Punta Arenas, Chile. So the sun is supposed to go the opposite direction than it's supposed to go on the flat Earth. So that's the whole reason why.
Alrighty, so this guy on the left is supposed to be the Max, right? And on the right, we have Josh Monday. We all know Jeran, right? We don't know what is he, right? But we all know him. And then this guy on the left, Max, and Josh, teaming up together to go and prove something in Punta Arenas, right? Why a flat earther who's a big time Bible believer is questioning himself to go and do this shit so he can make up his mind? I don't know. Let's hear it.
I'm going because first off, I saw what happened with the whole community after TFE, where people were claiming that it was fake, and that Jeran, Pastor Will Duffy, Witsit, everybody that basically went on the trip was lying. So I was in contact with Jeran before he left. I've been friends with him, before he left, when he was a flat earther, and the way that everybody kind of flipped on him, I was talking to Jeran the whole time, trying to be there for him. I'm Christian, so I just, if somebody's like down, I'm not going to like kick them while they're down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to reach my hand out and pick them up and try to help them out. I was in contact with him the whole time, and I was watching his shows plus watching all the flat earth stuff just to see what their ideas would be about this 24-hour sun. And when I was hearing Jeran's show, what he said if the earth is a globe, then it's going to be symmetrical at 53 degrees or any degrees. The sun's going to be symmetrical from north to south. So I said, all right, let's test this. So I sent him a message on Telegram and said, Jeran, I'm planning on doing this. Are you down to go? And he immediately said, yes, I'll do it. So I'll tell you what, if Jeran is a liar about what the sun is doing at Punta Arenas, then he's obviously not going to tell me, yes, I'll go right away. So I was like, all right, cool. So we bought our tickets for Edmonton, Canada first, and we got a Airbnb. And so that trip was all set up. And then recently we just bought our tickets for Punta Arenas, Chile, and we got a hotel, the same hotel that they stayed at during the TFE, because of the filming right there is a really good spot. It's right on the beach. So so we got that, and then Max got a hold of Jeran, it looks like, and said he's going to end up going too. Anybody else that wants to go is obviously welcome. Any flat earther, any globe earther that wants to go is welcome to go on the trip. I'm not going to be like trying to be Mr. Social. I'm actually going to be filming the sun for 17 hours. So I'll be tied up doing that. In Edmonton, Canada, I'm going to do a 17-hour basically sunrise to sunset. That way you can see if it's symmetrical. And then in Punta Arenas, Chile, I'm going to be filming 17 hours sunrise to sunset. And I want to see what the sun is doing, and that way people can see. Obviously, we can't afford to go to Antarctica, okay? So, Max, I'm pretty sure you can't. I can't afford to go to Antarctica. Jeran can't afford to go to Antarctica, or probably any flat earther probably can't.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Papa Jones. He says, sell out. Oh, yeah. This is the thing, right? But how can you be someone who is a huge defender of the Bible and you're freaking questioning yourself and getting involved with people like Jeran and this clown on this guy clown, right? Why? What is needed more for you to know that the earth is flat and this is an intelligent design? How come if anybody was there who just wanted to do this thing, it's all right, but a person like you who has dedicated your life for studying the Bible, getting into this shit, yeah, shout out to Flat Earth Reconnaissance. He says, on 22nd, I will have Josh Monday on my channel to discuss about what appears to be his betrayal. Looks like a betrayal, brother. Because why you need to get involved with this shit? Right? We all know how passionate Josh Monday gets with Bible. Right? What is it? Another psyop to show that even a huge biblical scholar realized that the earth is a globe? Are we going to get that, Josh? I was really surprised, Josh, that you are getting into this shit. I felt your passion about the Bible and the Christ. What the hell are you getting into?
So I have a military compass. So like it's like a military grade compass that I bought. I also bought I bought all the camera equipment that I need. Also, I mean, I basically got the info on exactly what I'll need for the trip. So I was like, cool.
Nice.
And then I got a camera sent to me by Will Duffy because they found out that I was doing this trip.
What? You got a camera from Will Duffy. What are you involving yourself with, Josh?
Yeah, why would he take it? That doesn't make sense. It's like saying NASA gave you some stuff. You know what I mean? You know, NASA's gonna fly me out to all these places. That's weird, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, maybe Will Duffy paid for their tickets too.
Yeah, and who's funding him?
Exactly, because this is gonna be like a trip to go and that what these people are saying is true. That's why is Will Duffy getting involved? So Josh Monday tried to go for TFE. He was one of the people who applied. If you guys go and check it out, when Will Duffy had those 10 people and he did that draw, the golden ticket, he was one of them. So Josh was already looking to be a part of TFE. He couldn't. So now he came up with this. What are you trying to prove, Josh? I didn't expect this from Josh. Really. The little conversation that we had on his show.
He wants the boost. He wants a boost, needs a boost. I don't know.
Yeah, but why use the Bible and Christ in the middle? You want to go and do your shit? Go and do your shit. Keep the religion aside. Don't take religion as a support that I'm going to go and prove that because of the religion, because of the Christ, because of the Bible. No, it doesn't look like. That is the reason I was saying there are a bunch of people who is doing the same shit using Bible and Christianity and Christ to do their shit.
Yeah.
Still there, still today. Flat earthers. To question already that what you know about flat earth and the Bible, what the hell do you need more? Really, do you really, if you understand the Bible and the flat earth, do you really need any more evidence? Any freaking scientific evidence? Nope.
Maybe
if you are a true believer, right?
Unbelievable.
What? How can you be a defender of the Bible and go to Canada and Chile in the same year?
Right. Just ridiculous, isn't it? And they know, don't they? I mean, it's just terrified
They do.
that someone will go and observe reality and that might change their mind. No, don't go looking at reality. You've got the Bible.
I mean, it's just going to go and look at the sky in two places, and they're shitting themselves.
I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Oh, it's like, oh, the camera, Will Duffy. Oh my goodness, there's camera from Will Duffy. I mean, that's like taking a camera
Why
from
would he
NASA.
accept a free camera when he's going to do a big photography project? I can't think.
Isn't it funny? What's the who makes the P1000, whatever it is? What
Nikon.
brand is? Isn't it funny that they don't think Nikon is some evil part of the institute in the world? Nikon can be trusted with their cameras.
Yeah.
Strange, isn't it? But as soon as someone sells that camera to someone else and then they give it to you, obviously that's a big problem then.
Well, they produced the Nikon Coolpix P900, which of course is a magic camera.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it revealed things that you couldn't see before. Like, because it has such a good zoom on it. So you could zoom in on a ship going over the horizon. Couldn't do before.
But I tell you, I bet
And you can get stars to look all weird with it. And that's what they really look like.
I bet you the Illuminati are kicking themselves. They let that camera get developed. Call them a sellout. You know, they're literally just fitting their. I can't just. It just says you know, you just hit it on the nail. They know. They're like, don't go collating information.
Right.
Of course.
I've
Now you
always
indict
said it's a strategy for willful ignorance, flat Earth, and that is what they're doing. It's just we must remain ignorant of facts.
Well, if the Nikon P900 is showing, you know, all the, you know, revealing truths, then why does Flat Earther use it? You know, it's their prime camera.
Right.
So,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm
exactly.
just I'm really impressed that making this secondary minor trip, or the pair of trips to go at both equinoxes. I mean, that's just stunning, because it's not all that much money, and it's the only way to shut these people up. Because Jeran, when he got into Punta Arenas that first night, he said, yeah, we're screwed.
Right.
He did, didn't he? Pretty much. Yeah. They were on that beach, and he was actually at that very point saying, well, you know, the sun has come from. And he was making comments, and this is the same weekend as you know, Whitsit's doing you know, press ups with the camera on the floor.
Right.
Funny weekend.
And when, you know, several hours later at midnight, there was twilight due south, and Jeran says, yeah, we're screwed. They wouldn't let us get on the plane, not knowing the outcome. So yeah, it's guaranteed. And repeating this, the, you know, TFE 2, you know, Mark II version 2, what a good idea, because again, it's not that much money and it's perfectly timed. I just hope they're there long enough at each site in case they get bad weather.
Right.
The other thing
they run into that problem. If they got bad weather, then you see, it was all staged.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing they could do, of course, is make themselves like a wooden disc, you know, about like a couple of feet wide, and a hole in the middle, and then with a thread, and they could have a vertical stick in the middle with a tiny point, and they can sit it down at one location, and with a stopwatch, just mark through the day, marks on it where the point is on the disc, and then disassemble it and take it to the other side and set it up, and then and if the chronologically that shadow is exactly the same but the opposite side, then they know they've got absolute symmetry.
Well, yeah. Whereas Wally had the Geranometer, which was the two sundials, one canted vertical and one canted at latitude, and they got this beautiful time lapse.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, next, a flatty I haven't come across before, whose name I don't know, but his channel is called Time Gate Moments, and this is his proof 14.
Hi there guys, welcome to the channel. Whether you are new or returning, either way, it is a pleasure. And of course, as always, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to all the Muslims out there, the brothers, the sisters, and what have you. Now in this video, we are going to show you 10 simple, basic observations that are so obvious and straightforward that your instinct and nature will say, wow, that makes a lot of sense. But your multimedia and society colonized mindset will say, what on earth is this guy talking about again? The first on the list is the smoke of volcanoes. Now, if this is what is really happening, 1,000 miles per hour spinning, why do we get this? Remember, the eruption of volcanoes is something that is blasted and thrusted into the atmosphere by the forces of nature. And guess what? The smoke remains upright and vertical and is not affected at all by the alleged fictitious and imaginary spinning of the earth of 1,000 miles an hour. This is what our eyes and logic show us. Once again, if this is what is really taking place right over here, then in that case, we should get this. Look at this steam train at just 126 miles an hour. Look at the smoke. In other words, If the earth is really spinning and shifting, just like this train over here, it means logically anything blasted from the surface onto the atmosphere should be behaving like this smoke right over here. You see, furthermore, this is at just 126 miles per hour. But pseudo-cosmology would have you to believe that at 1000 miles an hour spinning, we get this on the surface. Does this even make any sense? Logically, observationally, and experimentally? Now just think about that for a moment. And of course, try to use a little bit of imagination. That's like saying, yesterday I saw Superman, Clark Kent, and he came down and he gave me a lift from A to B. Think about that carefully. Who would really believe that? This stuff over here is no different from the Superman story and fiction, for sure. Now we go to number 2, the rocks and stones balancing spectacle. Now this is one of the miracles of nature and the indicator of the motionlessness of Earth. As you can see clearly, this is one of the great bulges of rocks out there, perfectly balanced and undisturbed on a surface that is allegedly spinning at 1000 miles per hour. Now think about that carefully. This one is somewhere out there in the United States, perhaps in the Idaho area. Here is another example. Why don't you try this for yourself next time on the beach and take the opportunity for a man-made example? Take a look at this one here. Wow, isn't that magnificent? You know, even if you're not a believer, you have got to say, MashaAllah, Eureka, Hallelujah. Hey, Willie, Bob, Jeff, Hank, Ezekiel, can y'all come over here and take a look at this, will ya? Look at this superhuman daredeviling in mid-air without any proper support system and what have you. Do you really think they would be doing this if they did not know the earth is motionless? The only reason why they dare to do this and even consider doing this is because they know very well, instinctively and subconsciously, that the earth indeed is motionless. How on earth does anyone focus and balance an egg on the tip of a pencil? How? Unless the surface they are using is completely void of motion and transfixed. Okay guys, it's time for number 4. And by the way, once again, there are no surprises here. No one is going to creep out from behind the bushes and say, boo! This is once again straightforward to the point. In fact, you are going to say, duh, we knew that. Do you have anything else? Anyway, let's take a look at 1 or 2 short videos in order to substantiate the point. Okay, the purpose of showing you these clips is to show you something that you already know, perhaps from a different perspective. One thing in particular we would like to highlight at this point is that all the different types of transport in these videos are all operating with speeds under 1000 miles an hour. The point is this, and logic will confirm this. No matter how smooth the ride is, or how technologically advanced the platform, the wagon, or the surface is, the greater the speed or velocity, the more it becomes apparent that you are traveling and shifting at speeds. If you were this coin, for example, no matter what anybody tells you, you would know for certain that you are traveling at great speeds, regardless of how smooth the train is, especially if it's traveling or spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. Then how comes on an Earth that is allegedly spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, you neither see or feel the little bit of poisonous mango? Allah, the Creator, tells us in the Noble Quran, "And the earth he laid to rest for those that require sleep," 55:10. And of course, that includes us, the human beings. Now we head to number 5, the real stars. Ah, man, is this one going to surprise you? Here is the star Procyon, A and B. And it doesn't really matter which one you choose, because allegedly we are being told one is as big as the earth and the other one is even bigger than the sun. Wow! Now in terms of distance, we are being told that Procyon is 11.5 light years away. Damn and a half. Guys, isn't that the biggest fart bomb ever blasted right on your face, point blank style? Anyway, let's look at the real thing now with the Nikon Coolpix P900. Here we go. Now ask yourself the sincere question, if you dare, does this look like it's 11.5 light years away from Earth? Think about that very carefully. You are looking at something, what, perhaps 500 miles, less or more? And it is definitely, for sure, not as big as this huge Earth you are living on. So there you go. Now you know what the real deal is.
So, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Wow.
Hey, Jim, was that Multi Tom Tom's little cousin? They say, it reminded me so much of him.
I mean, it's just so sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, just so dumb.
He goes, he spends the first 10 minutes going about how if nothing can wobbles around or can't feel it, then the earth, then it must be still. Then he shows you videos of people on jets and airplanes and trains where things actually on the fucking shelf in front of them can't feel any motion.
Yeah.
Then he says,
No,
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, he says, how can, even if you are not a true believer, you'll end up shouting Masha Allah.
I know. He laced it with those weird things, didn't he? Like the boo thing and the poison mango thing. It's just all a bit weird, wasn't
I liked him. He was good.
it? His last video, he went to some weird place.
Well, I got to get a hold of this guy because all it'll take is to explain to him how it's not the motion, it's about the acceleration. And then once I get that through, it's not going to work, is it?
No, that won't work.
Not in a million years. He said, they're going about they're going about how if it's moving light, how can we not feel it? And then they said, then the next thing they say to you is gravity. Well, no, they just said what Curve just said. Nothing to do with gravity that you can't feel it moving.
I like when he was showing this is what the Earth is supposed to be doing, and he shows the Earth rotating. He's also showing the clouds going at 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean the idea that volcano smoke won't go up; it'll have to go to the side very quickly. Just at that point you think, oh, okay.
I can't.
Hey, Jim, any
when I-
chance
when I
you
see
could
that-
send him an invite to the server, mate? He's good.
when I hear that come from an adult, I just can't reckon that. I don't know how an adult could be that way.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
plenty more of those adults to come.
What's is right. We could do with them in the server. We need a breath of stale air, don't we?
Yeah. All right, Mikey Smith was out and about this week doing some Activisom, which he spelled Activisom. 3 clips to come. Here is the first.
Government lies. And of course, the wonderful firmament documented. Da 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 da. Yeah, see, I usually park right here, but it's getting congested. Absolutely, I'm serious. How do airplanes fly upside down? In your world, they do. Yeah, how would you fly to Australia? Straight and level, right? To a country underneath. You're funny. Man, they don't know nothing. Yeah, planes fly upside down in my country, in my world. Oh, they got that same stupid alien. Aliens are fake. I usually get the police to come to tell me to move. They'd be like, "Oh, it's that guy again." I've actually had some police here in the city here agree with what's going on. So I've got some support, which is fantastic, from the police services here. Most of them are, who still says boo. He doesn't like this. Do you have any real pictures of Earth from space? You can't go past the firmament. Oh, that was a cartoon, man. Nobody's been there. Yeah, no, you can't go past the firmament. I've recorded it. I've recorded the firmament, buddy. I've been there. I know. See, all these guys laughing. They think it's hilarious. You want to put some money on it? You want to put some money on it? We've won twice in court already. Let's go. $100,000. Let's go to court. Yeah, to where you think you live. He won't come. Can you guys see me? Yeah. This sign that I usually hold up here, space is a cartoon. And that I have documented the firmament. This guy should read that. And these signs on my car look fantastic. There. So we've got that. and space is a cartoon, and the two signs on the other side are different. Over here, on these doors here. So yeah, we're out in full force today. And generally, I used to have a digital sign, one of those electronic signs that kept scrolling messages here. And yeah. Just educating people on where they live. Yeah? Do you know where you live?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Neither do I. I just know that it's on a globe. Because we're not spinning.
No.
Water removes level when it rests.
Oh no, I know a lot of
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it though.
Yeah, I'm the only one in almost
This is
the
a brave
world.
one for sure.
I've been ridiculed so much, even just today.
You know what? This is something that really scares people, and they can't handle
Oh,
it.
it does.
And they get
Yeah.
really emotional
Oh yeah.
about it. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Oh, and they get goofy and they don't know how to react to it. You know, you can go stare at that green alien there. Those don't exist, but
Exactly.
heck, he gets to have
But
that.
Hollywood made it okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the curious mind is a beautiful thing.
Actually, so I have a big set of binoculars, and I'm the first one to document the firmament. And then a buddy of mine in Israel, he even has bigger binoculars than me, and he's even recorded it. There is 100% a dome about this. 100%.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
It's written in the Bible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Simpsons even
exactly.
showed us.
Yeah, I just want to grab something here.
You have a great day.
Yeah, for sure. If you want, you can take a flyer. That's my YouTube on the bottom there. Yeah, oh, sorry.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, well, he seemed to do quite well there, didn't he?
He's the first one, Chem. He's number one. He's the first.
He's filmed the firmament.
He's gone down to a food market in Regina, Canada, and stuck that a lot up. And expect people are gonna.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
I mean, as I say, that thing he had on top of the car, I want one of those. I might drive to work with it. See what the reaction would be.
Oh,
Great,
can I just ask everyone, if you feel so inclined, please get me Super Chat the show. I'm doing absolutely terrible for Super Chats this month, and it ends in 1 minute and 50 seconds. So if you could do it right now, I'd be really grateful. Alternatively, let me get the link. You can blast me a little bit of cash to PayPal if you feel so inclined to reward me for my efforts in putting the show together. I would be very grateful. Here is the link for that. You can do that anytime, but if you're going to super chat, please do it. Yeah. So I get it in this month. Here's the link. Right. There we go. Sorry about that. Anybody else got any more comments on Mikey? Okay, in this next clip, Mikey Smith tells a couple of passing kids about Flat Earth and maybe wishes he hadn't. Take a look.
Hello. How you doing? Teaching people where they live. Because we do not live on a globe. There's no proof of it whatsoever.
This is live?
On YouTube, yeah.
Hi, I've never been on you. Are you famous?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Bye.
I can give you a flyer that you can watch my YouTube channel later if you want. Don't touch anything.
I have my phone on me right now. Wait, can we watch this? Wait, you should see. You should check it out. Let's watch our own live.
Yeah. YouTube's on the bottom.
I have my phone. Yeah. We're going to see something YouTube channel right now. It's Mikey Smith?
Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, you'll find me there.
Oh my god, I've never seen
Yeah.
myself live before.
I got over 3,000 subs.
3,000?
Yeah.
How much for me to be in a video?
How much what?
How much more likes to be for me to be in a video?
No idea. Yeah, even I thought I lived on a globe at one point, but we don't. Yeah. Are you watching?
Yo. Can you see me?
Yeah, of course I can see you.
Can you see me?
I just don't want the kids on there too long, that's all. Yeah. How old are you guys? Are you 12, 13?
I'm about to be 11 in July.
You what?
I'm about to be 11 in July.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want to film children too much. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll see you later. Cool. Yeah, I feel uncomfortable doing that. That's not my thing. So, but I'm out in public, so that's their deal. They came up to me. I didn't go up to them. I do understand how the laws work and how what's supposed to happen in public. And so, yeah, I'm able to record anybody I want. I do respect, like, if there are little children, I always, like, gaze up or down or pan up and down. But if they do come into the frame, that's not my fault. They are in public, and you have no privacy in public. This lady here is reporting me here. And she's phoning the police probably. He's illegally parked. It's not the first time. Oh, she's giving me the finger. You're out in public. I can film you all I want. Let the police know that.
You're harassing a 12-year-old.
I wasn't harassing anybody.
She's 12.
I didn't harass anybody.
Stop doing that.
They came up to me.
She's 12. She didn't leave her booth. You're like, what are you, a pedophile? She's 12.
What are you, a bitch? Are you a bitch? If you call me a pedophile, you're a bitch. I have every right to stand here. I know my rights. Thank you. I got my Canadian Charter rights in my car. Do you want to see it? I am not filming them. They came up to me. You don't like rights in Canada, do you? Go back to your own country. Thank you.
This is my country. Don't be racist.
I'm not racist. She came up to me and gave me the finger. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Well, I'm allowed to stand here. Thank you. Yeah, I can. I just did.
Who the fuck did you say that to?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, nice. Live on YouTube, too. Live on YouTube. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I don't care where she's from. But I'm allowed to stand here. I'm allowed to stand here. I'm allowed to stand here.
You may stand here.
Thank you.
You may not be prejudiced. You may not be racist.
So I'm a pedophile now? She can call me a pedophile now? She called me a pedophile.
It doesn't matter. You don't tell people to go back to their own country. She's indigenous. She belongs here.
I'm fine with that. You're welcome here anytime.
You say that to my wife?
She called me a pedophile. I'm good with her, man. I'm good, man.
You're not good.
Why don't you just leave? Nobody wants you here.
I don't want you here. Why don't you leave?
Because I actually live here.
Yeah, I live here too.
I live in this neighborhood.
I live in this
grew up
country.
In this neighborhood.
It's all good. You don't like human rights. You're good.
I love human rights.
Thank
and
you.
I actually believe in human rights, which is why I believe that you don't have a right to tell people where they should live.
Don't call me a fucking pedophile, man. No disrespect, man. No disrespect. Don't fucking call me a fucking pedophile. Here, this guy writes this here. Where's that globe? Yeah, look, come and show me how this works. Come and show me. Planes don't fly like this. See how rowdy it gets here sometimes, guys? That lady called me a fucking pedophile. She can go to hell. Planes don't fly upside down. Just to let you know.
Ah, so that went well, didn't it? I thought that woman was a bit unfair.
Oh,
Sure.
totally off base. Totally off base. And Mikey had it completely straight. He said they come into frame, and then I don't dwell on their face or I pan around, but they come to me.
Right.
Sure, but he was very tetchy about it, wasn't he? In himself, it's almost
Well,
like
he does have a conviction, doesn't he, for some sort of
Well, sort of
Right.
restraining order.
CSA thing or something like that.
Is he actually a pedo then?
Well, I can't remember exactly what the story is, so I don't want to go that far, but he does have some sort of conviction for something in that realm, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
But he wasn't pulling a Nathan Thompson.
It's like how Shoebill said it. Like it was, or was it Paz? I can't remember which one said it, but there was like this sort of I moved it around. You see, guys, I moved it. You know, like I didn't do anything. I was like,
yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. It sounded like he suddenly realised he's talking to them, and then he got very defensive about it. I mean, if you're just out in the street and kids come up to you like that and they say hello, that wouldn't normally, most people wouldn't normally make them think, hang on a minute, I might be seen as something nefarious here. Do you know what I mean? It's very weird.
I know, but that's how people are these days, aren't they? If any adult
Yeah.
interacts with a child, then someone's immediately calling them a paedophile.
Right? Yeah, it is. It is a little bit of that. Yeah. Kids quite often call you if you interact with them and they don't like it. You know.
Right, yeah, I've seen that before as well.
Yeah.
All right, our final clip from Mikey now, and he tells... Oh, let me just thank everyone for the PayPals. Much appreciated, especially you know who you are. Thank you very much. Lifesavers. Anyway, our final clip from Mikey now, and he tells some people all about stars and us about his future plans.
I got one in my pocket here. So me and a friend of mine in Israel, we've documented the firmament. It's very easy to record. There is a dome above us 100%. There is no depth to the stars. They're all at the same level. There's not stars here, not 10,000 miles higher. They're all at the same level. And the reason why they appear to be like, so if you look in the distance like the clouds are, so if one's here and one's here, it's going to appear to be lower. But it's not lower, it's not going down, it's just further away.
How'd you find that out?
Perspective. Well, it's like the lamp posts or the street posts or the street lights. They appear to be going lower the further you look, right? But they're not. They're pretty soon you can't see them. But that doesn't mean they're going like this. Just they're going further away. The horizon and the sky are going to meet at some point. But that doesn't mean there's a curvature. It's just you can't see forever because there's too much atmosphere.
Who measured the stars and found that they're all the same distance?
Pardon?
Who measured the stars and found that they're all the same distance?
Well, you can see that with your eyes. When you look at the sky, they're all here.
So, like, we can measure light.
No, light doesn't travel. You were told that it travels, but how would you...
Physics textbooks.
Yeah, I know that, but how would you explain how that travels? But I mean, so at night, I live in an hour and a half from here. So at night, by 4 o'clock in the morning, the light from Regina should travel to me. But it doesn't ever get to me. It could be dark for 2 months. The light from this city would never reach me. It just stays here. And the same with the light of the star. It's just there. It's like the light in your ceiling in your house. It's not traveling. It's just right there in the ceiling. Actually hanging below the ceiling.
Then how does it get to my eyes?
You can just see it.
But
like I can see that car.
How does my eye receive the information that something that is, let's say, as far as your car?
Yeah.
Like, my eye isn't on the car.
I know, but you can see it. But you think the stars are far.
How does
but they're
seeing
not.
work?
I have no idea. I'm not a doctor. But I know how the stars are close. Because I can record them, you can see them. You can see the moon. It's supposed to be 240,000 miles away. You can see it.
I think I'm missing.
So you can see 240,000 miles from here? And that's not a rock, by the way, either. The moon's not a rock.
What is it?
It's a light. It illuminates itself. And the wandering stars, the so-called planets, they are not planets. I've recorded, I don't have a picture of Venus right now, but they're frequencies. Stars are frequencies. Picture. So this is the star Sirius. Look up Sirius on your phone on Google. It will not even look like that. It'll look like a bright white LED light or whatever NASA wants to show you. But they're not showing you the real science.
So where would I go to find the real science?
Probably watch my channel, because I don't lie. I'm actually waiting for some pretty powerful binoculars. They are $2,100 Canadian, and they are 40 times by 110, so 40 times magnification.
How do binoculars work if light doesn't move?
Well, how would you explain how light does move?
In waves.
Yeah,
Where it's
but
like
how would the light reach you? Like, I go down 5 miles down the road. My flashlight that I'm holding at night, that light is traveling to you?
Yeah.
How? It's all dark. But it's dark between me and you.
But if you were 5 miles straight up, you could shine it at me.
Yeah, but it's not going to light up this area.
If you were 5 miles in the direction, you couldn't. You don't want to.
But it's not going to light up this area. Because it's going to be dark from the light to here.
Focus the beam, you could go 5 miles in a straight line.
Yeah, I could zoom into it with my phone, but like the sun, think of space. The sun is supposed to be 93 million miles away. Why is space dark? But it's light here.
Because there's atmosphere here.
No, I know that, but so you have a light source
If we were
here.
in a spaceship
If you're the
closer to
Earth and I'm the
we'd
sun,
still be able to see.
I know, but I'm the sunlight. I'm going to travel all the way through space,
Yeah.
but it's going to be black.
Because there's
And then when I
nothing
come to the
there
Earth,
for
I'm going to light
bounce
it up.
off of.
I'm going to grab a burger.
That was great. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Look into it, man. Yeah, I guess in their world, light travels. Things get illuminated, I would say, yeah. But again, the light from the star does not travel to me through my binoculars so I can record it. It's just there in the distance and I zoom into it and record it. Right, folks? We're doing better than we were 2 years ago, because I usually get kicked out of here by now. So this is good. We're getting more and more people to come. See, it takes a while. You need to sit somewhere for a while and let people adjust to things. They need to look at it, observe it, think about it for a few minutes, and then maybe 10, 20 minutes later, half an hour later, they build up the courage to come over and say, well, what's this about? Why are you a pedophile? Good timing. And so, I know we're not supposed to talk about what we're going to do in the future or what my plans are, but hey, I don't keep quiet. I like to talk. I like to talk about things that are going to happen. When I get those binoculars and when I record the firmament again, I'm going to the radio stations, okay? I'm going to every government building I can go to. I'm going to the the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, the CBC. I will be planting my car in that parking lot until they tell me to move, okay? I will be holding my sign, the firmament has been documented, and this. My car will be sitting in front of those doors for a very long time, okay? I'm going to start putting pressure on these people, and I don't care that they're controlled. I'm going to be doing it. So there you go. They're going to be controlled by the truth one of these days.
Ah, Mikey. Poor old Mike. Dumb as a box of rocks. And profoundly arrogant. Anyone alive? Hello?
Yes.
Oh, at least one of you spoke. Thank you.
I was just wondering, sorry, I couldn't get to the mic. How do we counteract Mikey's arguments? How could that even be possible?
I don't know. Oh, go ahead,
That's the
Dan.
thing.
How are you doing?
I'm in shock, you know.
Shock.
Well, yeah. I mean, what? It's such a spectacle. These people.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, you know, you used to do the same thing.
I just don't think I made the kind of goofy claims.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Correct
were
me.
spectacular.
Correct me
once,
if I'm wrong. You know, I thought I made good arguments, not goofy claims.
I won't correct you now on that one.
Good.
All right, Will Duffy is back from retirement, and he's throwing his money around again. In our last show, we featured David Weiss talking to a podcaster called Apollo the Original. This is Will Duffy's response to that.
Will Duffy, you got a problem with Flat Earth Dave, do you?
Yes, you could say that.
Why?
I came all the way out here, and I'm so glad to be here with you.
I'm glad you came here. Thank you.
Someone sent me your podcast with Flat Earth Dave, and I watched it, and there was so much false information in there. I felt like I owed it to you to come and kind of set the record straight.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, awesome.
Cool. You're a pastor.
Yes.
What about the verses in the Bible that say that we're stationary?
So there actually aren't any verses that say that we are stationary.
There are. So I did a little homework and
1 Corinthians 16:30.
1 Chronicles 16:30. The world is firmly established; it cannot be moved.
Yes.
Psalm 93:1. The world is established, firm and secure.
Psalm 104:5.
96:10. The world is firmly established; it cannot be moved. Psalm 104:5. He said the earth is on its foundation; it cannot be moved.
Yes. So if you look carefully at these verses, it's saying that the earth shall not be moved or can't be moved. It's not saying the earth doesn't move. There's a big difference, right?
I mean, not move from its orbit?
Correct. You and I cannot move the earth. What God has set into place, we can't change. We can't change that. That's what it's referring to.
Okay. Let's stick to the Bible. What do you think is the age of the earth? How old is the earth?
It's a really good question. My current position is that the earth is young. So let's say 10,000 years or less. A lot of people are really challenging me on that right now. And I admit to them that I'm not that educated on the topic. I'm not a geologist. I'm not a scientist. And so I'm open to being wrong about that. There are Christians who are what's known as old earth creationists. To me, it's not that big of a deal what the age of the earth is. I think it's more important to help people see that there is a God and that he did create this universe regardless of the age. He opened up his conversation with you by saying that people want to debate him, yet they don't know the radius of the earth. They don't know the circumference of the earth. They don't know how far the earth is from the sun, how big the sun is. He doesn't know any of that either. About the earth that he thinks is flat, he doesn't know the size. He doesn't know the radius. He doesn't know how far the sun is. He doesn't know what the size of the sun is. So I thought that was a little disingenuous of him.
But he doesn't claim that he does know. He just says, just like I am saying,
right?
I believe the sun is definitely not 93.5 million miles away from us.
Yes.
Because they can't measure it.
Yes. What's important is I think he should admit that he's coming down on people who believe in the globe for not knowing those things.
Okay, I got it.
And then he doesn't know those either. Okay. All right. Now, his first argument that he used was that there's an old encyclopedia that says there's a domed ceiling 13,000 feet high at 80 degrees south. Okay. Number one, the encyclopedia never says the word dome. Okay. It never says the word ceiling. It calls it a dome. It doesn't say ceiling. Second, just process that for a second. And it makes no sense whatsoever. 13,000 feet. What do we know exists higher than 13,000 feet? Clouds, mountains, right? They're called 14ers. I live in Colorado. We have almost as many 14ers as every other state combined. Mountains are higher than 13,000 feet. Airplanes fly higher than 13,000 feet. It doesn't make any sense. Fortunately, you used Claude to ask what was going on, and it explained that was talking about a mountain. So in glaciology, they use the word dome to talk about an ice-covered mountain. By the way, Mount Vinson, which is Antarctica's highest mountain, is 16,000 feet. So the first thing he said was just not true.
Okay,
then,
but even if that peak is on the outskirts of the flat Earth, it means the dome or the wall, the firmament, is going and is significantly lower at the edge, right? Because the dome is not like a cube.
Well, this is where
this, right?
Yeah. This is where he talks kind of out of both sides of his mouth, right? Because he also showed on your program this map with all these extra lands.
Yeah, and I called it bullshit.
Okay, good.
Because if you don't know, how can you name a land that you don't even know that exists? That's bullshit.
And if there's a dome coming down in Antarctica, then how is there other land on the other side of it? The encyclopedia, all you have to do is do a little research and figure out what they were talking about, and they were talking about a mountain. They weren't talking about a glass dome or something like that. Now, the next thing he said is that NASA doesn't use the word photo. It's completely false.
Are there any photos of the Earth from NASA?
Absolutely there are, yeah.
And they are photos taken like with a, let's say with a
camera.
With a camera
Of
or
course.
with an iPhone?
Yeah, definitely. Well, not an iPhone. I mean, we're going back to the 60s and 70s here. So I'm going to send you an email right now.
Please do.
So that you can put these pictures up.
Okay, let's start with this one.
Number one. So this first picture here is NASA's website right now. There's an astronaut on the moon, and it says Flickr Commons has more than 3,000 photos from NASA's history. All photographs on the NASA Commons Flickr account originate from the compilation of photos from NASA's image and video library and other archive sources. So when he said NASA won't use the word photo, that's just not true. If you go to number two, this is where NASA keeps, I think, all of their photos. And it says right here, Gateway to Astronaut Photography of Earth. And if you go to number three, I highlight there how many times they use the word photo or photography, and it's 15 times on this page. So he makes these statements that if you don't go check, sound true and sound believable, but they're not. Let's talk about flights. And I'm going to send you another email right now. All right. I took a screenshot from your discussion with Flat Earth Dave. It includes the timestamp, and it also includes the transcript. I don't want anybody telling me that I've taken him out of context.
Okay,
here.
that's awesome.
So he showed a picture of this flight from New Zealand to Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
And he says over on the right-hand side, from New Zealand to Argentina, that would be the shortest route, but it goes all the way up across the equator to San Francisco, then to Houston, Texas, and then all the way back down. Why would they do that? Well, look at the flat Earth map. It's a perfectly straight line.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a real flight. What he said is 100% false. Go look. This flight doesn't exist.
Okay, but the flight for Argentina's soccer team does exist, and I did a fact check on the show, and it existed. So they went from Qatar, they were going to Argentina, but they stopped in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Okay, so let's talk about that separately, if you don't mind.
Please.
Okay, so I just sent you another email, which is China Eastern. You can buy the tickets right now for a nonstop flight between Auckland, New Zealand, and Buenos Aires, Argentina. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an offer right now to Flat Earth Dave and you. I'm going to pay for the three of us to go take this flight. I don't know about you. New Zealand's on my bucket list. I've never been.
Okay, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, beautiful, right?
Hobbit's okay.
Beautiful country. Now, I don't think he's going to agree to it.
By the way, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think I believe in flat Earth or I believe in a globe?
I don't know. I just heard your show with Dave,
Okay,
with Dave
okay,
Weiss.
okay.
So I don't know.
Okay.
But I'll pay for all three of us to go take this nonstop flight that he says doesn't exist.
Okay.
So
Dave, let's go to New Zealand. It's an amazing country.
Okay.
Kiwis.
Yes, absolutely. So that's on the table. Let's see what he says. Now, this is important, is because the actual flight makes sense on a globe. It goes to the south, and it's about a 14-hour flight, which is doable.
Mm-hmm.
So this is important because he shows these slides, and they're just not true.
That Apollo guy is very annoying. You know, he's told that David Wise flat out lied to him and told him about a flight that didn't exist, and he doesn't bat an eyelid. Just goes straight to, yeah, but this flight to Rome, that they went to Rome from Qatar and then to Argentina. And that doesn't bat an eyelid that he was lied to. Amazing.
I wonder if Dave's going to go on the flight.
Yeah, of course he won't, because he thinks Will is demonic, remember?
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, Weiss has skated on everything. Period. He's as slippery as possible, like that President Clinton. Like nothing sticks.
Right. Right, more from Duffy now, and in this clip, Apollo displays his poor reasoning, conspiratorial epistemology, and lack of understanding of everything.
Okay, let's say we get on a helicopter, right? We go, let's say we go 1,000 feet, and we stay there for 12 hours.
Sure.
Would we land at the same spot?
Absolutely, you would.
Why? Because the gravity will get us in a helicopter that high?
No.
With the Earth?
No.
Spin?
So, kind of. The Earth is spinning, which means we are spinning as well. That's the piece that flat earthers miss. So whatever rate the Earth is spinning at, we're spinning at that rate as well. Now, when the helicopter goes up, there is nothing to slow it down. It's still moving with the rotation of the Earth at the same exact speed as the Earth. So you would never expect the Earth to rotate underneath it. That's false.
Okay, at what height do planes fly? 10,000 feet?
Much higher.
30,000 feet?
40,000 even.
Okay,
Yeah.
so at 40,000 feet, the distance from LA to New York is going to be one. At 80,000 feet, if it's a globe, it's going to be a way bigger distance to fly, right?
Yeah, they don't fly that high.
But is that true? If we double the...
It's microscopic difference what you're talking about. 40,000 feet versus 30,000 feet on a globe that's this size is almost nothing.
30 to 300.
Sure.
That would be a huge difference?
Yes, but there would also be less wind resistance.
Yeah, but the distance would be bigger.
Yes, it would.
Because if we were on a truck, if we're on a track, we're moving towards the center, it's much shorter distance than we're going to the outside, right?
Yes. All of this is accounted for, by the way, in flight dynamics. So there's an elevation for the plane that's going to make the most sense for fuel efficiency. And that is, because again, as you're saying, the higher you go, you do increase the distance, but the wind resistance gets less.
Yeah, but I only care about the distance. If the distance gets bigger, that means, okay, we're on the globe.
Yep.
Quote unquote. Okay.
Now, flights from east to west take longer than they do from west to east.
Because of the spin.
Yes, the spin creates jet streams. The jet streams only go in one direction, which is west to east. Flat earthers have no answer for that. That doesn't make sense on their model. Why would you only have jet streams going in one direction? It's because of the spin of the Earth.
Okay, please continue.
Okay. All right. This little red line, which you probably can't see, is the equator on a flat Earth map. Everything south of the equator is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Okay, but you do realize, and it was admitted that the Earth, the globe that we use, we portrayed Africa much smaller than it is in real life.
That I'm not aware of.
I don't know how is it called. Africa is much bigger than we think, right? It was made on purpose. Yeah, that's not even a conspiracy theory.
Well,
that is one of the most compelling map deception arguments.
Okay, so maps are projections based on the globe. You cannot flatten a sphere. It's impossible.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that this thing is not true too, because it says, yes, and the numbers are staggering. Africa covers up over 30 million square kilometers, enough to fit the United States, China, India, Japan, and all Europe in one continent.
This is talking about the Mercator projection.
Yes, yes.
So that's a projection. That's not the globe. So projections are maps, flat maps that are trying to make sense of something that's round. And so things get blown out of proportion. I think this globe here is very accurate.
So it says that in Africa, you should place US, China, India, Japan, and all Europe. Do you think you can place on that Africa all the continents and countries
of course
I've just mentioned?
Yes.
No way.
Definitely.
Look at just at the U.S. U.S. plus China plus India plus the whole
look
Europe.
how big Africa is.
It's not. It's way. I would say it's much way bigger in real life.
I think if you ask Claude if a globe fixes this problem, it will say yes.
The physical world does represent Africa accurately in 3D, no distortion.
Yes, this is a 3D globe, so it's correct.
So, the United States plus India, let's say this part, plus China, plus whole Europe. Guys, you do yourself. If you have a globe, try putting in Africa the US, India, China, and the whole Europe. No one's gonna prove me whether the earth is a globe or it's flat until I see it with my own eyes. Because it's a belief. Just like you can tell me Jesus Christ was real, but you can't prove it. You just can't. There's this historian, this book and that book, but it's a belief. You believe that this person, Jesus Christ, existed, right? And I choose to believe that Jesus is the Lord and Savior. The same stuff goes with everything. Let's say they say on the news, there was a stabbing, let's say in London. I choose to believe whether it's true or not, but I haven't been there, right? So you're not going to convince me whether it's a globe, or Dave is not going to convince me that it's flat until I see it with my own eyes.
Okay, that's
I assume more. I can be leaning more towards a globe or a flat Earth.
So that's your own personal burden of proof. You have a very high burden of proof. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I don't have that.
Did you trust scientists in 2020 during the COVID?
Well, trust them about what?
That you have to do the safe and effective jabs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them?
So, no.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. I have a logical reason for that, which is I'm a health freak, okay?
Okay.
I look at whatever I put into my body. I kid you not, every single ingredient. I don't assume that just because you can get it at a restaurant or a grocery store that you should consume it or that it's safe for you to consume.
Agreed.
There was no ingredients given for that vaccination, number one. So if I don't know what's in it, I'm not going to take it. Number two, I had COVID. And so from my little scientific understanding, isn't getting COVID and building the antibodies better than getting a vaccine?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're choosing to believe one scientist and not believe others.
Well, sure. Well, I wouldn't say I'm choosing to believe one or not the other. I'm just saying they maybe they were right about what they were saying, but I'm not going to put
Really? In 2026 you're saying this?
No, I'm saying I'm not going to put something in my body that I don't know what it is.
Do you know why you're here? Because I want to get to the truth.
Okay.
I'm not here to fight you.
Yes.
I'm not a flat earther and I'm not a glober. I just want to get the truth.
Absolutely.
That's why I was having Josh Monday for 4 times. I was having all those pastors and other Christians because I want to hear the truth. I want to get to the truth.
Absolutely. I appreciate that about you.
Please, the picture.
All right. So Dave Weiss denies the South Pole exists, which is interesting because it does exist. He told Professor Dave told Dave Weiss, Flat Earth Dave, that there are people who work at the South Pole. And Flat Earth Dave said, prove it. It's like, well, no, my friend works at the South Pole. This is my friend right here.
It doesn't prove that it's a pole. It proves that this is a land, snowy, icy land.
We'll get there.
Please.
This is my friend. He works at the South Pole, okay? When I told him about all this crazy people denying the South Pole, he took this picture for me. He held my name up and took it at the geographic South Pole. So that picture there is the Amundsen Scott South Pole Research Station. That is a massive building where people are throughout the year at the South Pole. Now, you bring up an interesting point. It's just a building. Well, guess what? Ask a flat earther to show you where that building is on their map. They can't. They can't.
Anywhere in that Arctic Circle. It can be anywhere.
Guess what? Wherever they point, they're done because I can prove them wrong. How? There are 3 places geographically to get to that building, to get to the South Pole. One goes through South Africa, one goes through New Zealand, and one goes through South America.
South America, okay.
And they all take approximately the same amount of time, which is 6 to 8 hours.
To that place?
Yes.
Okay.
So are you seeing the problem?
A problem for flat Earth?
Yes, problem for flat Earth.
If the universe is 13.3 billion years old. If the Earth is 4 something million or billion years old, we're constantly flying alongside the sun and other 8 other planets, or 7, it depends on how you count it. We're flying with this incredible speed towards somewhere, and we still see the same stars. The northern star is always at the same spot. How come?
Okay, so I'm not saying I buy into the speed of the galaxy.
Okay.
I don't even know how they're coming up with that number.
Okay.
But I can tell you that in our short life, with how vast and big the universe is, we would never be able to see a change in the stars.
In our lifetimes?
Correct.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just believe that the northern star was right here, the polar star was right here, let's say 2,000 years ago. We just believe that.
Ah, it's getting worse in the Apollo.
He sounds a bit like Kikuchi, actually. He's kind of, oh, I'm not a flat earther, I'm not a glober.
Right.
And it seems he's also deeply suspicious. He says, well, if you believe a scientist about this, why do you believe about that? I mean, why do we have to take everything? It's either everything or nothing.
Right.
Oh, it's just madness, really.
I
And
mean,
like you
he
say,
was quite happy to accept what Claude was telling him, wasn't he? Until it told him that he was wrong about Africa being too big. And then all of a sudden he didn't believe it. Oh, well, test it for yourself, guys.
yeah. Well, you could see him moving his hands around, and as he's doing it, you could see them sort of like, yeah, well, actually, I can get it. This is
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Actually, America isn't that big, is it? It would easily fit in just part of the top of Africa,
Yeah, sure. And then he
Yeah,
went
you
on.
can see the kind of person that this flat Earth stuff works on. Like, he doesn't know how any of this stuff works, and that's why flat Earth stuff seems compelling to some of these people, because they don't know how any of it works. They don't know about projections. They don't know how the maps are made, so it seems compelling to them because they don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And this was a mistake that Bob Nodell used to make all the time. He always used to say this, that he thought that because when he looks at a Mercator and he looks at a globe, they look similar, that meant that they'd taken the Mercator and wrapped it round the globe, and we know the Mercator's wrong. That was his reasoning on it.
I did notice at the point where he said to him, well, look, you can travel from 3 very disparate places and takes the same amount of time to get to the Edmonton station. He just basically went straight on from that. Didn't take any time to evaluate that.
Right.
Great the speeds of the galaxy.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's how it was all throughout this. When Duffy pointed out, like I say, that Weiss had just lied through his teeth and made up a flight. He just talks about another flight. Doesn't think, oh my God, he lied to me. Wow, maybe I should doubt everything else he told me. No, we'll just go on to another
Only
one.
works on
Talk about
scientists.
that. Why did they do that? Why? Why, random person on the internet? Why don't you know about the flight plans of the Argentinian football team? Why?
Right.
If you don't know, it's a mystery. Why didn't you write to them and ask them? The reasoning is just so shitty, isn't it? I can't think of a reason now. Therefore, it's mysterious, suspicious. Anyway, in our final clip for tonight, Duffy joins Apollo in going full conspiratard. Enjoy.
Let me challenge you. Can I?
Yes.
Can you pass me the globe?
Yes.
So let's say we have a space shuttle. We can travel far away from Earth, okay? So let's say the Earth stands like this. We travel, let's say, from California. We travel right here. If I look at the Earth and I have this huge camera and I zoom in, and if I zoom in from this angle right here to Australia, what would I see?
Well, it's a really good question. I don't know if that level of zoom exists.
If we can see those stars a million miles away and they're dead for centuries, we can.
Okay. Well, that's actually not true, because those are exposures that take hours to just get that light, and it's just getting light.
Yeah, but the stars are billions and millions, gazillions miles away. I want to travel.
Yeah, but
only
I'm trying
like
to
this.
explain that they're not zooming for the stars. It's exposure length.
Okay, so you're saying we don't have the technology to
I
have a
doubt we
zoom
do,
like-
but I'll tell you what you'd see. You'd see people.
Okay.
Okay.
Walking.
Okay, so I think you want me to say we'd see people walking upside down.
Let's say
And
in
the answer,
Australia,
if it's
they-
Australia, you wouldn't. The only
let's say this angle, and we have Burj Khalifa in Australia, the new Burj Khalifa 2.0.
Yes.
It's huge. It sticks like this.
Yes.
From this angle,
Sure.
would I say it's sticking like this?
Yeah, I think so.
That's insane. Take a picture. This is the easiest way to prove that space and globe
Well, I don't
exist.
think I know, but I don't think the technology exists.
Come on. 1969, you traveled to the moon. Then you lost the technology.
Well,
He had a phone call with astronauts in 1969.
Yes.
And now you can't fly over here, let's say, I don't know
So-
what's the distance, and have a zoom just to show us how Australian, the Aussies, walking upside down or just the building sticking down.
yeah, here's the
And
problem.
how's the water holding?
Here's the problem.
Please explain it to me.
No one cares about flat Earth.
A lot of people care.
No. I do, right? I'm trying to show people the truth.
Do you care? Do you handle?
No one else does. So they're gonna spend the billions of dollars to put up these weather satellites to save lives and to predict weather. They're not gonna do it to refute some flat earthers online. They're just not. They don't care enough. I'm gonna tell you what the flat earthers would say. They're gonna say that it was taken right side up and flipped. They're not gonna believe anything. That's
Okay,
the problem.
Okay, so you think that they don't care about flat earthers and they don't care about covering the entire Earth. But here in California, I want to say 3 to 4 years ago, they spent a lot of money to find a slug and name it a banana slug and turn it to an official slug of California.
Well,
Official thing.
I'm
Please
not-
do fact checking.
Okay. I'm not sure who did that or why, but
Okay. The other thing then,
yeah, what's the other thing?
this thing. So you want to tell me that this is how it rains on the globe?
Yes, that's how it rains on the globe. Although
How can you
a little-
visualize it?
I don't.
If we watch, again, we're right here in space. So a rain in Mexico is going sideways, a rain in America going from up down, and here it goes, let's say in Argentina, from above. Rain
So-
comes from above.
Here's here's the problem. I'm not saying it's not hard to comprehend things in this world. It is. It is. I can't comprehend the cell, and atoms and DNA
Right.
and all of that.
Even how the TV works.
The reality is there is no up or down in space. Down for us is toward the center. That's what down is.
Is it a closed system in your mind? Did God create a closed system for us?
I think the universe is a closed system. But that's all I'm willing to state.
It's so big then.
Yes, it is, which is beautiful. I mean, can you imagine how boring it would be if we just figured everything out? He made something that we're still learning about and discovering today. I love it.
No, we're discovering how many genders can children choose. 96 now.
Yes, that's an
He,
issue.
she, it, them, ze, zoo, tree, and 90 plus others.
Yeah, that's an issue. And I want you to focus more on that. I love that.
On what? Genders?
On indoctrination in schools, grooming, all that kind of thing. Yeah, because we are harming our children for sure, which is one of the reasons that my wife and I homeschool our kids.
Me too.
This is going to end up being a big, really bad experiment going on with how we're treating genders and sex and
We're going to feel it in 20 years.
yeah,
Because they're going to be in power.
or sooner.
Or sooner. Okay, let's say we're in 2021. Conspiracy theories back from even 2020, they say, do not take this thing. It's not going to be good for your health. 4 or 5 years later, we see all the turbo cancers. We see people dying suddenly, soccer players, athletes, etc. 30-year-olds, 25-year-olds. It seems like conspiracy theorists were right.
It does.
But we didn't believe them in 2020. Lunatics, right?
Not necessarily.
A lot of people were turning on them.
Yeah, I
saying
agree.
that they're
Oh yeah,
crazy.
oh yeah, I agree with you. People were acting out of fear, right? We're not rational when we're acting out of fear. And when you're in a situation where you're like watching the news and the news is telling you you could die, all these people are dying, it's scary, right? I do agree. It seems that the science is coming out showing that those people were right. I especially am seeing science coming out that the children should not have been vaccinated and that they are developing heart issues. And again, if somebody, this is my position, if somebody wants to take a position of like, hey, I'm going to take the risk into my own hands.
Right. You do you.
And I'm going to wait until there's been years of studies and data on this before I make that decision. I think that's great.
Or I want to do this thing. I want to do the shot.
Absolutely.
It's up to me.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Okay. Do you think there are aliens?
I do not.
You do not.
I believe there are UAP, but not aliens.
Cool.
UAP is unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Yes. And what are those in your opinion?
I don't know, but I'm really into something right now, which is what are known as NDEs. I prefer, that stands for near-death experience. I prefer to call them out-of-body experiences, which I think is more accurate. I think it could easily have something to do with the spiritual realm, which we can pretty much prove at this point. And by the way, there's peer-reviewed science on this, so I'm not going crazy. People have out-of-body experiences. That's confirmed, which means there's something about us that's not physical. And I think it could have something to do with that. I just haven't looked into it a lot.
Do you think the world is run by Satan right now?
That's such a hard question to answer. I don't know. I mean, obviously Satan has an influence, yes. Is he running everything? I don't think I can say that.
Okay. You're hopeful or hopeless for the future?
Very hopeful. Especially on the question of God's existence. Materialism is pretty much an endangered species at this point. Materialism, this idea that all there is physical things, is completely being shown to be absolutely false in so many areas. I am so hopeful right now, more hopeful than I've ever been.
Jesus Christ is Lord?
Absolutely.
Will, thank you for coming.
Oh dear, Will.
Yeah, every man's got his delectation.
Fucking turbo cancers.
I love the bit where he goes, "Is it a closed system?" And he went, "No, it's huge, vast, wide." He goes, "What?" And he goes, that would surely be an evocative of the glory and the might of a deistic construct who had all the power and to create this glorious thing we can never possibly understand. What about 96 genders?
I know. What the fuck is he on about?
Whenever they reach a dead end, where they actually have to think, "Oh, hang on a minute, you're making a good point."
Yeah.
That's the moment that they just roll over to some other bullshit.
Right. And all these sportsmen dying, and I mean, how did you fall for that fucking bullshit?
Well, because they didn't look into it. They saw all the stuff on social media, and that's what they went with. But
yeah,
also,
a compilation video
they made the point
of a few sports people passing out, and when you actually check, when you actually look them up, straight away, oh, actually, he was just fainted. He had high blood pressure that day or something, and he was fine. Or this happened in 2018.
Yes, that was what I was going to point out. Is these things are baseline things that have been happening before we even knew anything about this disease. But the more important thing that I saw was that they said, "Well, I'm going to wait until there's years of studies." Well, it's 2026. There are now technically years of studies.
Right.
So what's the holdup now?
Well, because in their minds, they were proven right. Everyone's dying. Kids are having heart problems. It's just bullshit, honestly.
Oh yeah, and it started with not understanding camera technology too. So that's another way that to prove the point that flat earthers, the only way that they become flat earthers, because they don't know how anything works.
Right. Yeah.
They also think if they hold up a globe, which is about a foot in diameter, and you say how far does the space shuttle go, and they stretch out their arms. At that scale, the space shuttle went no hard than about an inch off the surface.
Right.
Not even nowhere near an inch.
Yeah.
And when he was asking about planes, it's got a radius of over 4,000 miles, and he's adding 8 miles to it. I'm going, well, wouldn't that make a difference? Wouldn't you have to go further?
Yeah,
well,
right.
very, very slightly.
But he was right up there with a Brian Mabbitt saying, "Oh, you're telling me rain falls upward?"
Hey, if they're going to go that far out into space in a space shuttle and zoom back down on Australia, should I put a sign on my house roof saying it's not flat? I'll have to put it upside down though.
It's such a dumb thing, though, because I always say to them, well, do you think you could stand at a distance from a mountain where you could see the entire mountain and then zoom in and see a bee on a flower on the mountainside? Of course you fucking couldn't. Oh. Sorry, probably shouldn't use that word.
Yeah, the relationship between aperture size and angular resolution is way beyond their capabilities.
Right.
And when it comes to stars, there's very few stars close enough to occupy more than like 2 pixels on the best telescopes. I mean, they're still just looking at, except maybe JWST or I don't know, but 99% of the celestial photography stars are 1 pixel.
Yeah. I mean, and I say that point where you couldn't help yourself interjecting with that stupid fucking meme with the 4 clouds in northeast, southwest, around the circle there. He's going, well, hey, how can it be raining sideways? Like, just.
I know. And how does the
the
water
rain
hold on
falling
the
up.
bottom?
Yeah, Brian Mabbitt.
You fucking idiot. God. Anyway, that's my show. We're a little bit early tonight for some reason. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Thank you especially to the people who PayPal me. I am so grateful for that. It really helped me out. And thank you to everyone who was here on the panel. Couldn't have done it without you. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time at the usual time, which is 10 p.m. British Summer Time. We'll see you then. Thank you very much for being here and have a good evening.
Stop talking about it and do something! Suck my dick, Earth, with that bullshit.
Really?
It's like a gentle hate. Do we have another benevolent service? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Are you benevolent? His friends with?
I mean, moving on. I think I'm coming out of my closet.
This is so fucking depressing. I can't be a flat earth person.
Not have a flat earth. And